Is that cool?
Yep.
Yep.
Sweet, mate. Sweet. Okay, so we are about to start on this epic adventure. I feel like we haven't done a show for ages.
You haven't?
I know, that's why I feel like we haven't, because we actually haven't.
I heard you last one every week.
Yeah, because we recorded it, and then I put it up a week after we recorded it because I couldn't be asked to upload it.
You should just let Sly do it.
Yeah, get Sly to do it. He normally does it.
We don't really need to do a lot of editing anyway now because of the streaming thing. Makes
We never did anyway.
No, but you know.
I know.
We did do a little bit.
Still got to do the intro, outro, etc.
Yeah.
I know. I don't put that on the stream though. Just put that into the.
No.
Into the main
I can
show.
hear delay in the background of the Twitch.
That's why you need to mute your Twitch.
Oh, okay.
Lols. Right, are we ready then?
Yep.
Cool. Alright. And a 3, and a 2, and a 1. Hello and welcome to Mojo Radio, episode 408 for... Oh, what? It's Happy New Year! It's a new year, guys! It's Sunday the 1st of January 2017. I'm your host, Mark Webb, Gamertag, PSN ID, and Steam ID, Webby317. And joining me today is...
It's a Happy New Year from Sensei Switch.
No one's died yet today. It's number one Stuntmaster.
Oi, oi, it's only one Skingle.
How are we all doing?
Yeah,
good.
Yeah,
nice of you to join us, Skingle.
I know, long time, I apologise.
Long-time community member, long-time listener. How many times have you been on the show now? 2 or 3 times?
Yeah, 3. Yeah, lucky number 3.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Good man. And big hello to the 2 people that are listening on Twitch.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello!
on this New Year's Day,
I know.
it's dedication,
I know. I think a lot of people are nursing hangovers today.
most probably.
After talking to Dan, he's definitely got a hangover today.
Dan, no.
I know.
Dan doesn't do hangovers.
But that's the same as every day for Dan, though, isn't it?
I bet you he's more pissed than he is sober, to be honest.
Yeah, most definitely.
He might have actually drunk himself sober.
Yeah.
Crazy fool. He is a crazy fool. Well, there we go. Anyway, I hope you all had a nice Christmas as well.
Yeah.
Good enough.
Relaxing, yeah, good.
Yeah. It's been entertaining because I've moved house, haven't I? So,
Yes, and by all accounts, your house move went quite well. Ish.
Well, yeah, ish. Yeah.
That's why I said ish.
Yeah, we run out of time we were supposed to be out of the house by 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And still there at 2 o'clock.
Wow.
And we run out of room on the van. We had 2 vans, 2 big Luton vans. They were both full up, and we actually run out of room on the Luton van. So I had to put a load of stuff in a spare garage that I had that's next door to my house, which luckily I kept it on. And then I had to go and collect. Then I had to go back up to my old house on the Sunday, and I filled a Luton up with all the stuff that was out of my spare garage. And I'll be honest, the hire van I used on the Sunday, I don't know where they got it from, but it should have gone down the tip. I drove the van. I picked the van up on a Saturday afternoon, and and it was like Sunday morning. I'm driving back up to where I used to live. So Sunday morning, get in the van, start the van up. It all started. It was a bit rattly, a bit, it smelled in the cab. It was like someone had eaten the seats, that kind of thing. There was no dashboard, so it was all missing. And went up the road, and the wiper fell off as I went round one of the corners. So I then had to pick that up off the road, put that back on the van. So I had to drive all the way up to where I used to live with no wiper blade. Loaded the van up, and literally the van was on the floor on the back. Now these are 3.5 ton vans. Well, they're supposed to take that weight. There's no way I put 3.5 ton in this van, but this van looked like I'd lowered it. It was just so full. It was just. I think the suspension had gone.
Boy racer, mate.
Did you not get a couple of asylum seekers jumping the back? Stashed in amongst your Super Nintendos, I think.
Well, this is the problem. See, is on the day I was actually loading the van up on the Sunday, we ran out of room again. It was that bad. We were that tight on. Oh, this tells you how much crap I own. We had everything in the van, and basically I went to slide you had like a shutter door, and you slide the shutter door down, and I couldn't get the shutter door down. It went halfway down, then got stuck. Oh no! So then we had to try and pull the shutter door up, because I thought I can't leave it like this, and also I don't really want it. If there's something wedged against the door, it's going to cause me grief. So we tried to pull the shutter up, and we couldn't get it up. It was stuck. So I said to my dad, right, you pull the shutter up and I'll push whatever's in the van in. In the process of doing that, I smashed the glass table because I put my fist through the table.
Nice.
Oh, stunning. So I'm guessing that van, the reason it was so heavy was because it was just full of your Super Nintendos.
No, that had already gone. This is all my BMX stuff and just garden crap and sort of stuff like that, really, and just general bits and bobs, like, you know, wheelbarrows and stuff like that. Even then, we still filled it up, you know, and bikes. I mean, there was like 30 bikes I had to put in the back of the van. But
wow.
Yeah, well, that's only half of them. So we pushed the table in, it was smashed to bits, and at the other end, unloaded the van, and the first thing I did was pull the shutter up, and the microwave fell out on the floor. So Monday I had to go and buy a new microwave, and I still haven't bought a garden table yet. So my other half was not best pleased with me, but I have to thank her because she had to deal with a lot of crap. I don't think she realised how much stuff I had, and to be honest, I don't think I realised how much stuff I owned.
Oh, you're just a hoarder, mate. You know, if you sold half of your stuff, you would have a lot of money, I reckon.
Well, I'm going to have to cut back anyway, because the house here is bigger, but it's just moving stuff around in little places. Like, I'm in this new room here, this a spare room that we're going to use, and we want to put a bed in here, but there's no way I can get a bed in here at the moment because it's just full up with games. They're all just boxes and stuff like that.
I can imagine your house being like an episode of Hoarders where you walk in the front door and there's literally just like a tiny little,
No,
you know, like a little walkway because the walls are just covered in games and consoles.
No, it's not that bad. I must admit, though, when I did move, I did find a lot of stuff I didn't realise I had.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Yeah, like I found 2 Game & Watch Zeldas.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, both of them were boxed. So I'm keeping one, so I don't need 2 of them. So I must probably flog one of them at some point. But it's just the way it is. And then I've lost bits as well. I've lost a set of wheels for one of my bikes, which I'm a bit peed off with. I don't know where they are. I can't find my GTA 5 on the PlayStation. I don't know where they are.
It's an old game anyway, mate. Don't worry about that.
No,
it's held its price. That's the problem. If you lose that one, it seems to sort of stay at around 30 quid.
Yeah, well,
I
bought it for one of our relation in the family, and he wants to play it with me online because he's got a PS4, and I bought it for him on that. But because I can't find it, I can't play it with him. So, but then, to be honest, when he came around on Christmas Day, he said, well, I don't know when I'm going to get to play it because my PlayStation 4's full up. And he's only got the 500 gig hard drive. And I said, well, you'd have to just remove a couple of games. So we looked up on the PlayStation how many gig it was to install GTA 5.
It's about 90, isn't it?
60 gig.
Oh,
screw that.
Jesus Christ. It's like, he goes, well, it's going to be a while before I'm playing that then, isn't it? You know, so, but there we go. And Mello, no, I'm not going digital. Fuck off. So there we go. So I like my discs. But yeah, no, all eventful. We're in the house. Everything's where it should be at the moment. Found a leak in the roof in the garage, which isn't great today, but there we go. It was all part of the house. But yeah, it's fun. Whether I get to game much is another matter because I've got loads to do on this house.
Cool.
New year, a new start, mate.
That's it. Keeps you busy. All that stress you had last year, mate, and now you're it's all gone, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's nice.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I wake up in the morning. And basically, I can walk out the front of my house, and there's no noise, no traffic, and late at night, I can actually hear the sea.
Ooh.
That's cool. Nice evenings out in the summertime, mate.
Yeah, do the seagulls dive bomb you like they do Dan?
No, they're not that bad because I mean, where I live is not dirty.
That's fair. Well, it's Brighton, isn't it? That's fair.
Brighton, dirty place because I never empty the bins. That's why.
Yeah, because the bin men are always on strike.
Yeah, that's right. So, and it's all those grubs, all those people keep going to grubs every night and leaving their dirty burgers everywhere.
Yeah. Anyway, should we talk about some games?
Maybe.
I'm going to go first because looking at the show notes, I've played the most. How is that even possible?
You always play more than us.
I know.
Still, Mo don't play enough.
Because I don't. So, if you've played any of these games, feel free to chime in as well. I'm guaranteeing the first 3 games I've played, no one else has played, apart from Switch. So I'm going to rattle through them very quickly. The first game I'm going to talk about, I finished Final Fantasy 15 last week.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yep. It's a fantastic experience. It took me... Well, it says that in the game, because at the end it does a little certificate, and it said it took me like 48 hours. But my game played on the Xbox One says like 2 days, so I have no idea how long it really took me, because obviously if you die or something like that, like the time doesn't count. I got every single achievement on that game apart from 3 achievements. I did every single side quest in that game. I did the main campaign. The only thing I didn't do was all the hunts because they were just boring as anything. But I really enjoyed Final Fantasy 15, and I think one of the things though is because I ploughed through and did every single side quest I could before doing the next story mission. I was pretty much way over leveled for all of the story content. So I didn't actually struggle with the story at all, really.
That's cool.
Have you been playing it much Switch, or?
I haven't played it in like 3 weeks, mate.
Wow.
Even though I do now
Why is
own the
that?
season pass and stuff. I just burnt myself out on it. I think I played it too much for too long, and I was just literally grinding side quests and going up and down, up and down, up and down. Because I'm one of these people that I have to get all the side stuff done before I move on with the story, sort of a thing.
Right.
That's the way I've generally always been with games, and I've just been distracted by other things, and like where I knew that they're going to be fondling stuff in the campaign and changing bits. So it's like there doesn't really seem to be any reason to rush through it, sort of a thing.
Yeah, I'm about 10 hours in now, I think.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
I got it Christmas Day. Yeah, about 10 hours. So I'm not as far as anyone else, but knowing it took you around 47 hours, that's pretty interesting. I'm only on chapter 3, so I'm quite early on still. It's awesome. I think I spent a good 90 minutes on Boxing Day just fishing.
Wow, that's crazy.
One of the things I don't get on with the fishing, actually. I can never get the right ones to bite. It's like, oh.
No, I'm enjoying it. I think it's a lot better than 13. 13 kind of destroyed my love of Final Fantasy a little bit. So yeah, I'm digging the characters. Noctis is cool. Story seems good. I'm glad I watched Kingsglaive before I played the game because I think some parts I might have not understood.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of glad I did that. So if anyone hasn't played it yet, I advise you watch Kingsglaive first. The music's as good as ever. I'm really digging the music. Yeah, I'm loving it so far. But I say 10 hours in, so I've not really done a whole lot.
That's fair enough. I mean, the thing is, right, I started playing this game and it was kind of like I got so hooked on it that I just couldn't stop playing. So I just rinsed it, to be honest with you. You know when you get a game that you just really enjoy so much you can't stop thinking about it when you're away. That was Final Fantasy 15 for me. And I just absolutely loved every minute of it, apart from the infamous chapter 13, which I didn't enjoy. It's the worst chapter in the game. And that kind of soured me on it a little bit, but I persevered through that chapter, and to be honest, the payoff was more than worth it. It was a really, really good ending. Not obviously going to give any spoilers away. It was just a really, really good ending, and it was just really, really fun. I really enjoyed it. So a lot of the side quests are really, really good. There is a few really shitty side quests. For example, there's one where you have to catch some frogs. Yeah, collecting frogs.
Yeah, I've just done a red frog one, and that took me like 20. I'm not gonna lie, I had to go watch a YouTube guide to find all 5 of them. It was ridiculous.
And even then, sometimes it's like you won't actually see him walk from one frog to the next. He'll just be standing in the next area, and it's like, no, I need to know how to get to that, please. Because I've been running around this little bit for like 15 minutes, and I can't find shit.
Yeah, I was expecting like some audio cue, like maybe you'd hear him ribbit or whatever, but I heard nothing, and you
There are
like I was,
slight cues, yeah, when you're in those sort of areas, but it still doesn't really seem to help.
yeah, and they're tiny as well, and like it seems you have to be really close for like the X prompt to like appear, so it's frustrating.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, it's a great game. Only little niggles I've got with it are the driving of the car is just like it's just that the car is completely on rails.
Mm.
That's a bit annoying. But when you complete the game and you do, or say this is one of the reasons why I did all the side missions, you get to go back into the open world, and you can make your car fly.
You can't say it's a spoiler either because
No,
we all
because I've
saw
had
that
it.
in the
Yeah, oh
trailers.
yeah, I've seen the
Yeah.
video.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I can't say anything else about that.
Do you have free control over it when it's flying?
Yes, you
Or...
do.
Oh,
Yeah.
you do.
Interesting. So you could crash it.
Oh god, it's so easy to crash.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
You said that in a sort of like, oh yeah.
yeah. But yeah, there's and the only other things I've not done in this game is when you do dungeons, you know at the end of the dungeons there's like them secret there's them doors and you need a key. You can only get
Yeah.
that key once you've completed the game. I've not done any of those extra hard dungeons yet.
Oh right, that's a bit weird.
Yeah, because there's no.
Is that just for extra bits, and it's not
Yeah.
nothing to do with the story? It's just extra
No,
little
it's
things.
just it's just extra stuff, and there's not even any achievements linked to them either, which I think's a bit.
Yeah, that's a bit naff.
Yeah.
So what is the point in going back then?
Uh-huh.
Unless it's going to be DLC content.
So
you know?
I've only got 3 achievements to get. One of them's for the cooking, one of them's for the
Okay.
fishing, and the other one is a secret achievement which you can only get when you near the end of the game, which I'm not going to say, and it's only a 10G Chivo or trophy for the PlayStation
So
users.
it's not the Adamantoids then.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think a lot of people know about that, so I'm not going to say
Well,
anything more.
just saying that name doesn't give away anything unless
No.
you know what that creature is in the lore.
Yeah, but you know what it is, so
Yeah.
yeah. So
But
that's
yeah,
all
so
I
I
need to
think
do.
it's a gold. I think it's a gold trophy or a silver one on the PlayStation. I'm not sure.
I'll check it out. I'll look.
You know,
I'll keep my
and I
eyes
know
peeled.
people are like, oh, well, should get it on the PlayStation because it looks better and all that. I played it all on the Xbox One. I didn't have an issue. It looked great. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's a great game, and I think when the game loads up, it says a Final Fantasy for fans and newcomers. I think this is a good one for people that have never played a Final Fantasy game before because. It's completely separate story. And it's a lot different to other Final Fantasy games because the combat is not turn-based. It's not as crazy Japanese as the older Final Fantasies either, which is a little bit of a letdown for me personally because I really like the crazy Japanese ones. But it was still a great game.
It hasn't sold as well as I hoped in Japan, and I'm wondering if it's because of that reason.
Yeah, I think it is because
I think
if you think of the older Final Fantasies like 6, 7, and 8, and 9, especially, they've got really memorable bad guys, which are prevalent throughout the whole game. Obviously, there is a bad guy in this, but he's not as memorable as the older ones. There's not that. I don't know how
It's
to
more
word
to
it.
do with the Empire, isn't it, rather than a sole actual antagonist? Yeah.
Yeah, you say
I mean,
that.
obviously
You
might
wait till
change later on, but yeah, I imagine. But there is that crazy flamboyant guy, but I'm still unsure about him anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 10 hours in. I couldn't tell you who like the main nemesis of mine is right now.
When you get to the end of the game, you'll be like, oh my god, ah! Yeah, so that's what I'm going to say. That's all my thoughts on Final Fantasy 15. It's dropped in price already. I think it's like 30 quid now to buy a disc.
I think everything's dropped in price, mate.
Yeah, it's Christmas,
the past
isn't it?
couple of weeks, yeah.
It's too many
I think
games.
it's become a thing now. Come winter, I think a lot of people have learned don't buy it day one because within 4 weeks it's going to lose £10 off its price. So.
Exactly
yeah, because I've seen
Nature of the beast.
Dishonored's like 20 quid or whatever. Which I'm thinking.
Yeah, they're on Christmas Eve, Amazon were doing Dead Rising 4 for like £23, which is insane.
I think Dan picked it up for that actually.
It's crazy.
Yeah, considering it was out December the 8th, like that's dropped ridiculously quick.
Yeah, but have you noticed that the digital games are still more expensive, but the digital sales this year were actually quite good compared to previous years.
The PlayStation one at the moment's insane. There's like hundreds of
Yeah.
games and stuff in it.
Oh, there's loads on both systems and on Steam as well. The Steam sale, which I'll get to later on, is absolutely phenomenal. But I'll get to that in a bit. So yeah, I've played Final Fantasy 15. I'm going to get through the other two Final Fantasy games I've been playing. Final Fantasy 14. I just want to mention I've been playing a lot of it with my wife and with Switch. We've been having a really, really good time doing dungeons together. Now's a really, really good time to join myself and Switch on 14 because they're doing. You can play for free for up to like 90 hours or something. So
I think it runs out in the next couple of days, though. To be honest.
Yeah, so jump on, do it. So that's really, really good. And I've also gone back to playing on my Vita a little bit as well. And the game I've been playing on my
good
Vita
man.
is Final Fantasy VI,
Nice.
which is heralded as as the best Final Fantasy, even better than 7. But I've never actually finished it. I've put about 12 hours into it now, and it is really, really good. Really enjoying it. And I just love those classic RPGs which are top down, they're pixely, they just have a lot of charm to them. And I think one of the reasons why they have a lot of charm though is because they're not voice acted, and you've just got the text conversations. You're using your imagination a lot more on what they sound like and stuff, and it just brings a little more magic to those games, I think. So really, really enjoying Final Fantasy VI. I also picked up Final Fantasy VIII and Final Fantasy IX on Steam on the Steam sale as well. So I'll be playing them at some point soon as well. So sweet. Getting on to non-Final Fantasy games, I actually started the Titanfall 2 campaign this morning. Can I do spoilers on this or not? Probably not.
I'm not going to play it, so go
I'm
for
not
it.
going to play it, and if I do, I don't care.
It's actually pretty good. I didn't think it would be good, but I'm actually really enjoying it. There's been a few bits in it which have been a bit lulls, but it's fun. It reminds me of a Call of Duty campaign, but you have a giant robot that you can jump in and follow you around and stuff. It's just fast paced, it's full of action, and it's just a lot of fun. I've just been really, really enjoying it. A few people have said to me, "Oh, it'll definitely be in your top 5 if you complete it before your Game of the Year show." I wouldn't go that far to say it's my top 5 yet because I've not finished it. Apparently, it's got a really, really good ending. But so far, it's been really, really interesting. All I'm going to say is this might be a spoiler, but I don't care. It's got some time travel aspects to it, which I think are absolutely brilliant. And I don't think I've ever seen anything like that in a video game before. So that is really, really cool. And the other thing is I just like the way that the dude and the robot talk to each other. It's like a really strange relationship, but it's quite cool. So
Okay.
yeah, it's a really, really cool game. So
Have you completed it, Webby?
no,
The
I only
campaign?
started playing it today. I've
Right. Okay.
played quite a bit of it, but
Just trying to work out like how long campaign time-wise it was.
I've been told by Colin it's about 7 hours.
Okay, pretty reasonable.
Yeah. So that's really, really cool. Really enjoying the Titanfall 2 campaign at the moment. For Christmas, I only got one game for Christmas.
Oh,
I know, just the one game. I have to train Leanne better for next year.
yeah.
And she got me Skyrim for the Xbox One.
Oh,
nice.
good girl.
And it's really, really cool because even though I've got it on the PC, it's just nice to play Skyrim and get achievements. And I've played it, well, funnily enough, on New Year's Eve, we were up till 3 o'clock in the morning just gaming. And I played a lot of Skyrim. I was playing Skyrim till like 3 in the morning, along with a few other games. Yeah, it's Skyrim. What more can you say? It's an old game, but Skyrim still holds up really, really well. So
Are the mods in it yet? Have they added the mod support yet?
there's a little option that says mods.
But it's not available yet.
I've no idea because
Oh, okay.
I don't really do mods. So
I didn't think you could get trophies or achievements with mods on.
I have no
Is that
idea.
right? Mm,
Okay, yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Okay, that's interesting. All right.
yeah, I thought it just suspended them, and I don't know whether you can just turn them off and then put them back on again, or have you got to start another
Yeah,
game?
do
I
you
don't know.
save? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I think it disables the achievements as soon as you enable them. So yeah,
Mm,
if you just do a separate save file
yeah,
for those, I believe. So
it's like Minecraft, then, isn't it? Because that's the same.
Yeah, so we'll move on because Skyrim's super old. I've been playing Overwatch with Collie Wally,
Yeah.
only because I have.
You have to. No, it's a joke.
It's only because, right, I've got a little bit of a pet peeve with the community at the moment, and that is no one's ever on fucking line to game with.
We're
What?
all on the PlayStation.
it's
I'm on
Christmas,
PC.
mate.
I don't care if it's Christmas. I don't give a shit if it's Christmas. It's not an excuse to not be online on Xbox Live and gaming with your boy Webby.
I'll be honest with you, Webby. Now, don't take this the wrong way, right? But I actually had more people on my friends list on the PlayStation than the Xbox this week for the first time ever.
No way.
I would say that as well.
And a lot of them are Mojo community members.
So they've
I
all turned. So a lot of them have turned to the dark side.
Yeah.
They've all got their PS Pros and their PSVRs, and they're
That's
ready
right.
to go.
Yeah, they got their PS pants on as well. You know,
Oh,
the
dear.
PS cups, PS hats.
Because I've been looking for people to play Rainbow and Battlefield with, but whenever I turn on my Xbox, everyone's just playing single player games. So I'm not really quite sure how I'm to go about organising a session when I just turn on my Xbox for half an hour just to play games. It's very
Can't you do
difficult.
that thing that Colin does? That you go onto that grooming site,
Which one's that?
the one he gets his 12-year-olds from.
Like a looking for group site or whatever
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, on our Xbox group, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, if anyone's up for it, up for some Battlefield or whatever, let me know. But yeah, Overwatch is, it's Overwatch. It's fun. It's fast. It's fluid. It's definitely not game of the year, but it's it's a fun game. So
It's done a lot. It has done well what I'm saying is it has got game of the year from a few of the big organisations. I mean, Eurogamer gave it game of the year.
well, it's done
Yes.
well, and and obviously it's more popular on PC than it is on the consoles. It's extremely popular on the PC. It's one of the most played competitive shooters on the PC now already. So, it's done well. I'm not going to say, I'm not going to down it, put a downer on it because it is a fun game. It's just not really my thing that I'd want to play all the time.
It's the 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not 12, all right? I've played it religiously this holiday. It's ridiculous.
No, but there is a lot of young kids. I must admit, I even went to a house this week, and I was doing something in the kitchen, and I just looked in the other. Well, I had to go past a certain room, and there was two kids in there, about 12-year-olds. Guess what they were playing? They were playing Overwatch.
Well, I'd prefer them playing Overwatch than Call of Duty. I think that's refreshing.
Yeah,
I think it's about time we had a change, so I'm all for it.
Yeah, it's good. I've not got an issue with that, but I'm just saying I think it's done well in the younger generation this day and age.
Yeah, definitely.
Because of it's colourful as well.
Yeah.
It's got a tactical background, so everyone's got to work as a team. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's also making strides in esports as well, which I think helps, especially with the younger generation, because they seem to all be about esports these days. So yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
No idea why, but
There we go. So that's Overwatch. I've also played. Well, Dan will be happy. I picked up Pac-Man Championship Edition 2 on the Xbox One. Really, really fun. It's Pac-Man with funky house music, and it's crazy. It's just super crazy. Have you played this, any of you?
No.
Oh, dude, it's absolutely nuts. I'm going to put some video on the Twitch for people to see what it is like.
I've seen it. It's just like Pac-Man on acid, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, but it's really strange because it's like because in the old Pac-Man when you hit a ghost you die.
Yeah.
Well, in this you like bounce off it like 3 or 4 times before anything happens. It's really strange. It is really, really weird. And for some reason, none of my YouTube videos are loading, so I can't actually show anybody.
Everyone's hammering those sales, mate, for that cheap microwave. or a
I've got
refrigerator that
mine.
needs
I've got
replacing.
mine. I'm
yeah.
not. I'm not hunting for another one.
Anyway, yeah, Pac-Man, awesome. Sorry I can't put a video on, but something's gone horribly wrong. Anyway, I also picked up Stardew Valley.
I heard a lot of people talk about this.
The
What is
indie
it?
darling of the year, I think, isn't it? Pretty much.
Yes, apparently so.
So, Leon keeps on taking a piss at me for playing this, but it's actually quite addictive. So you get this plot of land, well, like this little farm, and you start off, you plant some turnip seeds. Yeah.
You're sounding like me and my freaking crops, mate, when I was at Eurogamer.
Yeah, but it's...
You got a video for it? Because I'm looking
Yeah.
at Pac-Man at the moment.
Yeah, I'm just going to put it
On
on.
acid. Yeah, man. I'm having it large.
Yep, so I think something's wrong with my browser, to be honest, because
Yeah,
none of
so
my
that-
videos
What
are
is?
loading.
It's not. Is it Internet
we
Explorer by any chance?
No. I use Google Chrome. So if I fast forward the video a little bit, there we go. Yeah, so you get this plot of land, as those of you who can see on the video, and then it's pretty messy, so you have to clean it up, do a bit of mowing, you have to dig some holes, plant some seeds and water them.
Sounds like Animal Crossing.
And there's a little town you can go shopping and buy things and mingle with the people in the town, and you can marry someone and all sorts of stuff. So
Yeah, I'd say it sound from what I've seen of it and the descriptions, it does sound like a sort of Animal Crossing stroke like Harvest Moon hybrid game.
yeah, it's supposed to be like Harvest Moon, from what I've heard anyway. So, but yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm digging the art
It's
style.
on.
Looks good.
It's on everything now. I think it's definitely on like both Xbox One and PlayStation 4.
Yeah, it's on PC as well, of course.
Yeah, that's where it sort of
So
started off. Isn't it?
why is this the big thing? It just
I've
looks
no
like
idea.
Animal Crossing mixed with a sort of Zelda-style world. You know,
I think it's just like one of those proper addictive type of games that you could end up losing yourself in for hours and hours and hours, and it's relatively cheap. I think it's like, I don't know, it's probably cheaper on PC, but I know it's like about £11 or something on the consoles.
I think on
It's
Steam it's like a
is this all
£5.
you do? Is this all you do? Is just do gardening?
No, there's quite a few things to do in it, I think.
Can you end up having a dispute with your neighbour over who owns the land?
I don't know.
That's
You know,
my
get-
fence, that is. Get
Yeah,
off.
that's my fence. Yeah, and sort of like, you know, you've put that bush way too close to my border. It's blocking my sight of view.
No, it's I've not played a hell of a lot of it. I know Trip's pretty addicted to it, which I'm quite surprised about. But it's just quite fun, relaxing type game to play. So yeah, it's on Xbox One, PS4, and PC, of course. But yeah, the cheapest place to get it obviously is going to be on PC. So
Yep.
There we go. Okay, so I'm going to talk about a couple more games. One of them I've completed this past week and is amazing, and I want to just pimp it out and tell everyone to play it, which is Watch Dogs 2. Have you guys played this
Tumbleweed.
yet?
No.
Have none of you
Nope.
played Watch Dogs 2 yet?
No.
Nope.
What the fuck
No.
is the matter with all of you?
Burnt
The
on
first
the
one was
first time.
shite, mate. Yeah.
You got to
Burnt
ignore
on
the
the
first
first one.
game completely. Completely forget about the first game. And just think of the second game as something completely different. That's all you got to do. It's got a new character, whole new cast of people. It's basically it's a completely separate game. It really is.
Yeah, it does look like a reboot from what I've seen of it.
It is, and it's absolutely brilliant. It really, really is. And I implore you all to check it out. It's got a really, really good story that makes you kind of ponder. Could this hacking stuff actually happen in real life? You go around. It's about this evil corporation that's basically got control of everything because, you know, their computer systems are in everything. Law enforcement uses this system, and so does the government, and blah blah blah. And then they're using it to like rig elections and to, you know, siphon off money and all sorts of shit. So you're hacking them to expose their evil doings, pretty much. And it's just done in a really really good way. I really enjoyed it. You get like drones that you can fly around, and a little remote control car that you know, to help you do missions. You can hack into vehicles. You know, it's just got everything. It's like Grand Theft Auto, but with hacking and less shooting. It's just really, really good.
But that's what I like. GTA does it perfect because it does shooting, and that was the problem with Watch Dogs. It was too much. I mean, I remember the first one. I don't know if this does the same, but the first one had stupid bits where you went into a building and you couldn't just run in the building. You had to go into the cameras and then hack through this camera to get to the next camera, then hack through that camera to get to the next camera. And it's like, I just want to go and shoot people. That was the fun of the game.
Well, that's not. Well, this obviously isn't going to be your type of game then, because this is all about hacking. You're not like this super gangster and you running around shooting things. Isn't it? You know, you're a hacker dude in this hacker group, and you're hacking. You know, and you know, I think it's really, really interesting, and I think it's absolutely brilliant. So, and everyone who's played Watch Dogs 2 is. Like everybody I know who I've seen on Twitter, Facebook, or whatever has really enjoyed this game and has been pleasantly surprised. I haven't heard anyone say a bad word about this game, so you know, I think you should check it out if you know have time under that pile of shame.
I don't know whether this would have actually maybe done better if it had a different name.
I can see
if they'd literally have completely rebranded it, but. I don't know, but yeah, it's probably quite cheap as well now with the sales, probably 30, 35.
Yeah, no, 29 quid, wasn't it? I did see it's dropped. All of the games that came out right at the end have dropped in price, haven't they? You know, Watch Dogs, Last Guardian. I mean, Deus Ex is now 15 quid, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, so we picked up Last Guardian cheap as well. Yeah, saw it in Tesco.
So there you go. If you're one of these publishers, maybe it isn't a good idea to release all your games at the end of the year because they all plummet in price.
Yeah. Well, look at Call of Duty, 20 quid now. All right, it's not both versions. It's just the normal, you know, the new one, the Infinity Warfare, I think it's called. But it just tells you that there's so much competition these days. And as you say, it's we get flooded, and you just can't keep buying so many games, you know, around this time.
Yeah. Too many. Yeah, crazy times. Too many games come out now.
Well, not now. It's all sort of stemmed for a couple of weeks, isn't it, before it all begins again?
I'm not even going to attempt it, mate. It's just too many. Too many games.
Yep. Is that it? Is that what you played?
No, I've got a couple more games I've played. Sorry. Played some co-op with Leanne.
Scrabble.
No, I've got four more games. I'm going to go through them very quickly.
Right. How have you found the time to do all this?
I don't
I'm
know.
amazed.
Dude, I'm just.
He hasn't done one. You haven't done a show in about 2 or 3 weeks.
No, we haven't. So. Anyway, because I'm just super hardcore. Right, so me and the missus have been playing co-op on Divinity Original Sin on the Xbox One. If any of you have played it, it's a fantastic RPG, but it's not for the nubs because you don't get any waypoints or anything. It's basically like a top-down, like Diablo kind of, you know, style, but it's an RPG. You can play 2-player co-op on the same console, and if you do, it's very much like Lego. Like if you go too far away from each other, the screen splits in half. So you can pretty much play a whole RPG in co-op, but doing completely separate things.
That's cool.
Really, really good, and it's nice to see a company think of people that want to play couch co-op, because you don't see many couch co-op games these days that give you, especially that
online, isn't it?
Yeah, especially that give you that level of freedom. So it's really, really good. It started off as a Kickstarter project for the PC. It's actually quite an old game on PC now, a good few years old. I think it's been out on Xbox for about a year, but we've not really played it too much, so we decided to play some more of it over the Christmas time, and it's really, really good. So Leon's like, it's alright. She's just addicted to Final Fantasy 14, so
girl.
You know, I think Divinity is really, really cool. So that's what I want to say on it. And what else have I played? Jackbox Party Pack.
Oh God.
Yeah, I just want to say
Hang
I
on,
played
is
it.
this the one with Quiplash and stuff like that in
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Oh right, yeah, I've heard good things about that. To be honest,
It's
because
hilarious, and because
it's got Twitch integration, hasn't it? Where like people can join in and things.
yeah, because
If it's the one I
the
think it is.
cool thing is that you have to use a phone with it. You can't use a controller, so it links up. So they give you like a code to go to their website, and you play through all your phones. So if you're Twitch streaming
Weird.
it, then people with their phones can join in as well because it gives you like a room code.
Right.
And yeah, and there's all these different party games, and it's just hilarious. It's just really, really good fun. So I believe the third one, well, the third one is out now, and Kirk actually picked it up today. So cheers, Kirk. I'll play that at some point. So I've played 2 more games, and both of these are on the PC. The first one is Doom.
Nice.
Hey.
Yeah, picked up Doom, and I'm pleasantly surprised that it runs on Ultra on my PC, even though it doesn't even meet the standard requirements. So someone who knows about PCs needs to tell me why it's doing that. It looks really, really good, runs really, really smooth. It's Doom. I don't know what else I can say on it. You run around and you shoot things. There doesn't seem to be much of a story to it, though. You literally start off the game, you
No.
wake up on this bench thing, and then you get up and you pick up a gun off the floor and just start shooting stuff, and that's pretty much the rest of the game so
That's
far.
what you want from a Doom.
Yeah,
Fuck
yeah.
a story.
You're on Mars, obviously that's where all the Doom games are. You're in this research facility or something, and then you go around just blasting the fuck out of stuff. It's really gory though, because when you do those melee moves, you just
Yeah,
absolutely
the glory kills. Yeah, they're amazing.
smashing their faces on the floor and blowing them up and all sorts of stuff.
I think the worst ones are when it's the chainsaw and they stick their arms up to defend them and you just cleave straight through it. It's like, oh God.
The only thing I heard about Doom was a lot of people love the game, so it's a really good game. The only thing I did hear was quite a few people say that it's quite long. It's about 20 hours.
Fucking hell, that's a long
yeah,
time to be playing.
Yeah, super long campaign.
Yeah,
There's
that's what I've been told.
longevity as well because you go back through the levels looking for collectibles and levels have different challenges on them and stuff like that to complete for bonuses and things. So
Be nice to see which is better, Doom or the last. Well, not the last Wolfenstein, but the one before that. The what's it called? I've got it over there somewhere.
the old blood.
The New Order, because the old blood was the DLC, wasn't it? Well, it wasn't DLC. It was just a smaller campaign.
Standalone, yeah.
Yeah.
They are both really good.
Yeah.
But which is better, Wolfenstein or Doom?
Well,
Wolfenstein!
At the end of the day, you have to give them big plaudits for the fact that they brought back 2 of the original first-person shooters and made them really good and relevant again.
Who was it that did this? It was ID, isn't it?
Yeah, it is all right. Yeah.
So, who did Quake?
Oh,
I think that's the same people.
Just saying. I wonder if we ever get a reboot on that then, if it's the same people.
Well, they have apparently talked about it. I think.
Yeah, they showed it at E3, didn't they? There was like this Quake Live or whatever they're called, Quake Champions.
Oh, so that's going to be a free to play, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Right.
Overwatch meets Quake is my guess. Something crazy like that.
Yeah.
I mean, not being funny, if you've played the Doom multiplayer, it's basically Quake anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So
Don't play the Doom multiplayer though. Just don't.
because like, the thing is, though, Doom is still quite expensive on the console, so that's why I got it on the PC. So
I don't know.
it's about
Amazon
15
quid. Yeah.
15 quid, mate.
Quid.
that's £15 more than I paid for it, mate. So
That's disc release. So don't forget digital's always dearer, isn't it?
right. Swiftly moving on.
Mm.
Last game I actually did buy, Vermintide on Steam.
Oh, good man.
It's really good. I know it's available on the Xbox and I know it's available on the PS4, but I'm not paying £35 for it. No.
I didn't pay £35 for it either.
Well, that's how much it is on the Xbox One store at the moment.
Just don't buy anything off the digital stores, mate. You save a fucking ton of money.
So,
All for the reason of not getting up off them and changing the disc over.
No.
the thing you've been doing for fucking years that is all of a sudden a big deal.
Yeah.
Just to it cost you more money to do that. But anyway, yeah, it is Left 4 Dead, isn't it, Webby? Like now you've actually played it and experienced it.
It's really good though.
Yeah.
And the thing that I really like about it is that I just plugged my 360 controller into my PC, and the game just picked it up straight away, without any messing around of settings. So I literally I'm playing it with a 360 controller. Found a game with 3 random straight away, and you can choose between a few different characters. I chose the guy with the sword and the shield, and he has a little musket gun thing.
Oh, I used him, yeah.
Yeah, it's only because
He
his
no
name is
longer has a
Marcus.
musket.
So
Yeah, he no longer has a musket now, though. You can pick up like different types of weapons and stuff for him, and that is great.
yeah, it's really, really cool. God, this stream's a bit dark though. But the only thing that I find a bit weird about it is like, because I've got the game, but 2 of the levels are DLC only, like on the map, which I thought's a bit shit. So,
Possibly because I know it. Obviously, I think the game originally came out on the PC around about a year and a bit ago, and I know
Oh,
they've
really?
released a couple of patches and updates for it since then. And what they obviously released on consoles a few months back was the complete package. So I think it's
right.
got those extra things in it.
Okay.
You'll probably find them dirt cheap anyway. To be honest, on the Steam marketplace or whatever, they'll only probably be a couple of quid each or whatnot.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a pretty interesting game, I think. So, it's fun. As I say, I've not really, I've not had any issues jumping in with people. It would be nice to play with some friends though. So if anyone's got Steam and has got this game, feel free to let me know, and we'll have a game on it. It's pretty cool. I think that's all.
Did you find yourself slightly getting lost at the beginning because it's a game that doesn't particularly show you where you're supposed to be going?
I was just following the other people.
Oh,
be
right.
honest.
So you did play it with other randos.
Yeah, I was playing
Is
it with
this
randoms.
online only?
You can
No,
play
you can
with
play it with
AI.
bots.
Yeah,
Alright. Are they like the bots in Payday?
probably.
Well, the first game I had, they were really good, and then the second game, they just decided to stand in a fire pit and burn to death continuously until I ran forward and moved them all to another checkpoint, which was nice.
Weird.
Right.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, we're doing really well. Everyone's got med packs, full health, and all of a sudden it's like, what the fuck? Oh my god, no, really?
But yeah, it's
Probably
cool.
with a lot more abuse involved.
Yeah,
But,
it is a cool game though. I really, really like it so far. So, and I've got a new hard drive for my PC as well. So I've installed all my games, and my Steam library is just redonk. So I've got a lot of games to get through. So I probably won't be buying any games for a while.
Won't take you long. The amount you're running off at the moment, blimey.
Yeah, that's like myself though. That's ones he's played. It's not ones he's going to necessarily finish.
That's it, mate. That's it. Anyway, I've talked enough, so we're going to move on to someone else. So who was next? Was it Switch?
Yeah.
That'd be me. I'm not going to really take too long. I just remembered another couple of things that I didn't obviously add to the list when we was doing the notes. Right, the first 2 I'll quickly rattle off are demos that came out just before Christmas time. We got the demo for Gravity Rush 2.
Oh yeah.
Which is one of the, I think it's the first game due out next year. This year now. Sorry, I keep saying it's next year. I think it's due out in like a week and a half or something. But yeah, it's Gravity Rush. It's pretty much identical to the one on the Vita because I never did play the remastered one that came out on the PS4. So I don't know how that controlled and stuff. But you used like
It was better.
You use the touchpad button to sort of like control the gravity and stop the gravity, and I imagine it's probably about the same thing with this.
Yeah, it was all right actually because I played Gravity Rush on the I played it on the Vita and I played it on the PS4. I got stuck on the PS4. I got so far into it and I got stuck on one of the missions, and it was one of those that just annoyed me, so I just never played it again. So, but I am interested, but I think I'm going to wait until it drops in price.
I mean, the thing that this has got going for it in one sense, is the fact that there's a lot of people at the moment sitting on vouchers and money
Mm.
from Christmas time. So it's like, with it being the first thing out, there's probably a lot of people that are like, yes, I'll have that. But yeah, I enjoyed it. The presentation's awesome. At first, I was like, oh, is it going to have the Japanese voices and all that lot? And then I was like, but it doesn't, because they all speak in a weird, like, me, 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 me type of language, don't they?
Mm.
Even though it's sort of blatantly French in design, the game and the characters and everything, it's all very, very French inspired. But yet they still speak this sort of like weird, otherworldly language in it. But yeah, really quite enjoyed it a bit. They have actually announced an anime sort of like little
Oh, right,
thing
okay.
to run alongside it as well. So
You still got the cat in it.
it has indeed, yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, because it's obviously her name as well, isn't it?
Mm.
And then you've obviously got Raven, who's the other girl that was obviously briefly in the original one. And I
Yeah.
think, I'm not too sure. I know that there's supposed to be co-op in this, but I never obviously came across it in the demo or anything like that. But in the full game, I think there's going to be co-op and some sort of DLC thing they're chucking in for free, because it was originally supposed to come out just before Christmas, wasn't it? And it was delayed.
How long is it then, the demo? Is it long or?
I didn't finish it, to be honest. I must admit. I just played it for about 20 minutes, half hour, had a good look around, floated about and everything, sort of like getting control of it and everything. But now I'm going to move on to another game that was way better than I thought it was going to be. And if you've got a PS4, you need to download this demo. And that is Nier Automata, or Automata, or however you want to pronounce it. Did you play this in the end, Skingle? I think it was you on Twitter, wasn't it?
I tweeted you about it. I haven't played it. It's on my PS4 ready to go, but I've just been too busy.
Sacrilege.
I need to get on it. I know, I'm sorry.
Sacrilege.
But you're now going to talk about it and inspire me to, after this, go play it.
Yeah. Basically, Nier was, you've heard me talk about it before on here quite a lot. It's a very, very obscure JRPG that pretty much came out the gate and fell flat on its face, got slightly mediocre reviews, but now it's
which is a shame because
a cult classic.
Yeah, the first Nier was absolutely fantastic.
It was dark, it was weird, it was just utterly strange, and it had one of the best soundtracks of the last generation as well. Like, the music in the game was absolutely amazing. And this literally continues the same sort of look and style, but obviously completely changing the setting and the characters and stuff in it. So you play as a character called 2B, who's basically a female android. And it's set in sort of like an apocalyptic type of sort of like world where sort of like machinery seems to have taken over and such. And it seems the first one was like a sort of like more of an RPG with like sort of like actiony hack and slash type of gameplay to it. This one seems to be leaning more in the other direction from how the demo is. But whereas the first one was obviously produced by Square Enix, I can't remember who actually developed the original game, but although Square Enix are still publishing this sequel, it's being made by Platinum Games.
Well, they've got quite a good pedigree.
Yeah,
some,
Bayonetta, etc. Yeah, not all of them. Yeah, they've made
Teenage
some
Mutant
absolute
Turtles.
stinkers.
Yeah.
What was that?
Forget that game. Forget Transformers. Forget Turtles.
What was
it's all
that
about
other
Bayonetta.
shit they made some crappy one.
Transformers was right. Devastation, I thought. It's all right. Short.
Yeah, they
Vanquish
made some.
Was all right as well. Vanquish was good.
Yeah, Vanquish was great.
Never played Vanquish.
Oh yeah, classic.
I think you'd really like that.
Yeah, it's cool.
Very sci-fi, very fast moving.
So this Nier looks completely different to the first one, because the first one was like a mixture of side-scrolling plus open world, whereas this one just seems to be open worldy with swords that float behind you.
Yeah, there's like two swords. You've got one on your back, and then there's like a giant one. It's basically your light and heavy attacks, basically. And you also have this bit, the box. If you got the video running, yeah.
Yep, the video's running, mate.
There's like a box thing that follows you around, which is basically like your sort of like your computer core and AI. Apparently, as a joke, you can unequip that in the game. It actually allows you to unequip that, but actually doing that causes your character to die.
No.
What the hell's that on the
Wow.
screen? It looks like a dildo.
I can't see the footage, so I'm not
Sorry,
sure.
it just does though, doesn't it?
It looks like a totem with feet.
Oh, is it one of the enemies? Is it the big iron?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's silky smooth. There's parts of the game where the camera angles will shift from sort of like you're actually sort of third person camera to like a side scrolling or a top down. And when it does that, it almost becomes like an old school bullet hell shooter, because you've got one of the buttons is obviously for attacking with your character with the sword and the rest of it, and then another one will attack with this floating sort of like computer thing that follows you around, and it fires out like balls of energy to attack things with. But it was just that everything just felt so good and fluid and everything, and like even the dodging at the last minute causes like a little mirage of your character to be there. Reminds me a lot of like the witch time in
So
Bayonetta
is
when you
this,
used to dodge at the last moment.
Is this game single player only, or is it going to be
Yeah,
co-op?
I believe it's a single player game.
Because on the video there's a second character that's following the main one around.
I
yeah,
love the way the sword's
that's
not
another.
sat on her back.
Yeah, that's another. Yeah, it's not supposed to be. It's all
Oh right,
sort of like floating with magic and stuff like that.
right.
But yeah, I just thought it was fantastic. The soundtrack was fantastic. I think it's like 60 FPS or whatever it is on PS4 and whatnot, and you really do sort of like notice the difference and things with it. It's just a highly polished demo, and just like you were saying with Watch Dogs, I haven't heard anyone say really anything bad at all about this, which is a good sign, because it's also another one of the games that's out pretty early next year on PlayStation.
This year.
Yeah, sorry, I do keep saying that.
That's right.
Yeah, you'll be pulling me up on that all show.
No, I
To be
won't.
honest.
I look, there's some midget dildos.
But yeah, there's like I've seen some of the videos and stuff, and they're even in that pulling off like combos and stuff that I haven't even actually done. And then you've got your menus, and you've got like different items you can equip on your character. You can like take food to heal them, and as you're killing enemies as well, you're picking up like nuts and bolts and other things like that you can obviously use to craft or make stuff, or as a currency when you're in a shop or something. I think it's going to be pretty cool. And there is apparently a DLC using the sword from 15.
Yeah, I saw
that's
the
cool.
DLC for that. Yeah, that's class.
It looks
I can't
good
remember
actually, this, doesn't it?
It's his iconic sword, the one that you can constantly upgrade.
The
in
engine
15.
blade, I think.
That's the one. Yeah. So there is like crossovers.
Yeah, it's very hack and slash, isn't it? Oh, it's awesome.
Is this what the first one was like, hack and slash?
No.
No, right, yeah.
It sort of was, but not as.
But not like this, no.
Not like this, no.
This looks like Devil May Cry hack and slash.
Yeah, this is so Bayonetta. It's so platinum.
Yeah, Bayonetta. Yeah. Is this is Platinum then that did this then?
Yeah.
Is it? Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just tell it looks good, doesn't it? When is this out then?
February.
Oh, you bastard.
It's either late February or early March. It possibly might be very early March.
Same time as Ghost Recon then.
And
Yeah, actually,
Horizon.
it's out on the same day as Ghost Recon. In fact, I think.
Oh, why would they do
Oh,
that?
that's it. Ghost Recon's failed, then, isn't it?
Is this a PlayStation exclusive as well?
It's PlayStation.
Oh, really?
It's not an exclusive, but it is only going to be on the PS4, and then a bit later on, it's going to come to the PC, like a few months or so ever on.
So it's a console exclusive on the PlayStation though. It's not coming to Xbox.
Well, I don't still class it as an exclusive. It's just on the I suppose it's PlayStation exclusive in that sense. But
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Right.
All right, cool. Well, it might be one to wait till it's a price drop for me then.
unless like we all just froth at the mouth about it and you can't take it and just buy it.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, the other ones I'll quickly rattle through because it's not going to take me too long. And I know it's a shame Dan wasn't on actually, because we could have had a nice little discussion about Street Fighter 5.
I just want to say before you start talking about Street Fighter 5, while I've been, because I've worked night shifts all last week, So, and Giant Bomb do their Game of the Year shows, don't they? They do like 5.
Don't tell me what their game of the year was.
No, I'm
for
not. But
God's
they
sake.
do like
Okay.
5 3-hour shows, right? So I listened to them all, and on one of them I was pissing myself because I just spent about half an hour slagging off Street Fighter 5.
Oh yeah, I'm up to that bit. That was
Yeah.
amazing.
I will say, like on launch, it was a fucking travesty.
Oh yeah,
mate,
it was a
to be
clusterfuck.
honest.
I bought
Yeah,
it and I
it
was
was-
disgusted. Like,
So
how can you not add a
you
story
can
mode?
exactly
It's
how you can have literally no mode apart from like online,
But
and
that's all
then
what
needing to
people
be
want, isn't
online
it?
to do everything, and it's like, really, come on, like for such a high profile series, when literally every other game like fighting franchise has story mode and offline modes, training modes, and like what do you call it, mission modes and things like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, like Street Fighter Five now is pretty decent, but it's only been that way in the last sort of like 4 or 5 months or so. Like when it first came out for the first few months, it was horrific. It was like you was paying for early access, basically, straight as.
Yeah.
But anyway, obviously got a fair bit of cash like for sort of Christmas and things like that. So I ended up with like a bit of PlayStation credit and stuff. So I did end up treating myself to the season pass or the second character pass or whatever it is for Street Fighter. So we've now got access to Akuma and I think or Goki, depending on which version you're playing. I think Dan's picked this up as well because I'm sure I've heard him sort of like mentioning about it. He plays pretty different to sort of like the way he's played in the past in sort of some of the previous games. Like they've given him a bit of a slight flourish that they have to other characters in the way that Ken is slightly becoming more different than Ryu. Although they share the same moveset, they don't do the moves the exact same way. I.e., I think his hurricane kick now just goes along and on the last hit sort of smacks him up into the air higher, and I think his dragon punch will now knock them up with the first 2 hits and then he'll like punch them straight back down with the last one, which is kind of stolen from Terry Bogart's power dunk, to be honest, from King of Fighters. But but yeah, I really like him. He's pretty cool. He does look like a feral beast though. He looks proper
I was
weird.
gonna say his hair is messed up.
It's just strange. It's not necessarily just the hair; it's the weird, wild red beard that comes with it as well.
Well, yeah.
Sort of a thing. The one thing that's a slight bummer though is the actual stage that is supposedly, I believe, supposed to be his stage. You don't actually get with the season pass, so you either have to buy it separately or use like the fight money to actually buy it in game. I ended up using the fight money because I had a fair bit left, but there was also another stage there which I've picked up as well, and I've now virtually got almost no fight money left. So that's almost been burnt through. No idea what the extra characters are going to be. But yeah, it's decent enough. It's Street Fighter. It's still getting there. I think it's going to be one of those games where when it gets to the end of like this season pass, you'll pretty much have the game that you originally wanted on day one.
Yep.
With the right amount of characters and such. But yeah, the mission modes and stuff are all right. You can earn a few sort of credits here and there, sort of doing some of those. Whether or not you know what you're actually supposed to be doing, but I guess there's forums and that'll tell you what you need to do to complete some of the challenges. Yeah, 2 of the other fighting games I have picked up recently, one of which I've literally seen for like £13 brand new.
Wow.
And it's probably one of the most polished fighting games you will ever see. And that is Guilty Gear Xrd Revelator, is it?
Oh, I've got Guilty Gear Xrd, the standard version.
Yeah, this is the sequel that basically adds like another sort of 4 or 5 extra characters to it, and sort of like adds more story stuff and bits and bobs like that. And I think it's probably one of the best looking fighting games around, to be honest. The style they've done it, it's all completely rendered in 3D with like a 2D overlay, as you can remember. It's very anime. Like even when you do like the super moves and stuff and the character intros, they'll sort of come in looking very much like sort of like anime and stuff, like talking and things like that. It's just really well stylized. I picked that up, and then sort of just got round to it. I think I paid about sort of like £18 for it, but I've noticed it now is down to about 15 quid, which is pretty mental considering it's only been out about 3 or 4 months, and it's great. You've got far more content in that than you'll have in Street Fighter 5 straight out the gate. And the other one is BlazBlue Central Fiction, I think it is, which is supposed to be, Central Fiction. It's supposed to be the final chapter in the BlazBlue series, where I think there's now been at least 6 or 7 games, to be honest. But yeah, I've picked this up again. I think it plays better than Guilty Gear, but it doesn't look as good. It's stayed with like the traditional sort of Arc Systems 2D sort of like hand-drawn sprite type stuff. But again, there's like more characters, extra story, more different modes, extra unlocks, and sort of like things like that in it. But again, that's pretty cool. Only thing I'm not a massive fan of is the fact that both of them, I think, when they launched straight away out the gate, had DLC characters you had to buy, and it's like, why not actually put them in the fucking game rather than having them as like a DLC add-on as the game comes out? It's like, well, if it's literally out with the game, quite clearly it could have been in with the game when it came out, surely. But who knows? But yeah, plenty of really good fighting games out there at the moment. Everything, so I've been enjoying that.
I'm
I've
glad.
been using my was it Hori fight stick, or no, Mad Cat's a fight stick thing with them and that. But yeah, it's just a shame I couldn't play the one beat 'em up that I wanted to play all year, and that's King of Fighters 14.
Sandy face.
Yeah, because those absolute tossers at Deep Silver can't fucking release a normal box version of the game.
The cool thing about that, so the good thing about that Guilty Gear game is, I just say I love because it all looks like a hand-drawn cartoon.
Yeah, pretty much. It's getting there, and that.
Yeah.
I think I've got a version of that on the Xbox 360 somewhere that I picked up with car boot years ago, and I've never played it.
Yeah, the original Guilty Gear goes way back. That was their first one, I think, their first major hit, like that development studio, and then they went from that to obviously BlazBlue a bit later on. But yeah, I was having this conversation with a bloke at work, and I said to him, like, is there any single game you can ever think of that's ever come out on any console that is only literally available in a fucking steelbook? And he went, nope. And I was like, now you fucking know. King of Fighters 14. Not only did we get fucking shafted in the fact that we were the only region in the entire world not to get the fucking limited edition, we're also the only region in the entire world to not get a normal fucking boxed version of it.
God, you're just never happy, are you?
I
just want a normal box version. I don't get it. It's like it's a marketing thing. I can understand there are people out there that I have to have an early fucking year, middle of the early year rant, mate. But I just don't get it from a marketing perspective, in the fact that if you release a game in a normal case, is there going to be anyone that's not going to buy it because it's in a normal case? No. If you release the game in a fucking steelbook, are there going to be people that aren't going to buy it because it's a steelbook? Yes.
Yeah, so like the one or two people who have OCD.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like I've been on forums recently, and I've seen other people that are literally waiting. Forum? Yeah, I've seen other people that are literally waiting for the normal version of the game to go on sale. Do
they have classes for steelbook people? You know, you go along and chat.
I've got no idea. But the worst thing about them is it's like day 1 steelbook edition, and you're like, well, it's now day 100 and something, and it's still fucking lingering. Piss off. Where's the normal version? Like, fair enough, I could go out and import like the version from pretty much any other region of the world apart from Europe and get the normal case version, but then I can't download the extra DLC characters that they're going to be bringing out for it when they get released, or the extra costumes, or none of it, because you obviously can't do the cross-country DLC with a different region game. It's like, So please pull your fucking act together, Deep Silver.
Anyway, that's
They're doing it with
Switch.
they're
That's your
doing it
moan.
with Persona. Yeah, they're doing it with
Yeah,
Persona
Switch
as
is
well,
mine.
mate. The early
Next week,
copies of Persona are literally just steelbook, so I've got to sit there letting everyone watch everyone play it for 2 weeks before I can actually buy it. Cheers.
next week we'll have a steelbook discussion again on Resident Evil, the new one that comes out,
Yeah,
because it's
more
bound to
than
be a
likely. Yeah.
it's bound to be a steelbook for that, because they did
Oh, there's
steelbooks on it.
steelbook for everything. But this is the other thing. Last thing.
Oh
This
God.
is for all you publishers out there listening, because I know they're all there listening, mate.
Yeah.
Tales of Berseria is out in a few weeks. That's got a special edition of the game coming out with obviously like a figurine set and soundtrack and art book and everything. And it's like, and you look at it all and it's like, hold on, is that everything? Oh, there's a normal box and a steelbook if you want to put it in the steelbook. There you go. Satisfy both people at the same time. So you can keep the normal box, steelbook in the bin, or you can keep the steelbook and put the normal box on the shelf in case you break another one or something. Options.
Oh
Is the amount
God.
I've listened to other podcasts as well. I've said it before back in the day where you look through a special edition, and again I've even heard like well-known people in the gaming industry say I don't like steelbooks, but yet they still make them. Still make them.
Just buy digital,
looking,
mate.
I'm looking at this
No,
video at the
you
moment.
might as well tell me not to buy it at all, mate.
I'm looking at this video at the moment, and it just went back to the main screen where there's these two blokes sitting in a room and they're playing, this game, BlazBlue, whatever it is.
It's Guilty Gear.
Guilty Gear, sorry. And one of the dudes, it looks like he's scratching the control. It's like he's scratching some bird's fanny. The way he's playing the game. He's not actually pushing the buttons, he's rubbing them.
Awesome.
Is this actually the gameplay or the lobby system? Because the lobby system.
No, this is gameplay.
Really
We're watching
big.
like a tournament video of two Japanese
Uh,
people playing. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
But,
So this is why you
it's
need a PC
strange.
Switch so you can watch these videos.
I can probably do it on my phone, but I'd rather play games than watch them.
Are you on your phone, are you, tonight?
Yeah, well, Skype on the Xbox One's a load of fucking shit, so I deleted that. And then it's literally down to my phone because I haven't got a decent mic for the PC yet,
Right.
or the computer yet, should I say?
Okay.
Right. What else you played Switch? Was that it?
No, that was it, mate.
Stunny?
Went on a bit of a tirade.
Right. Okay. Well, I haven't been on for a little while, not that long. I'm going to talk about the game that I've waited 10 years for.
No way.
The Last Guardian.
Does it live up to the hype?
That's what I'm going to say.
Because I can't wait to chime in on this because I bought this for Leanne for Christmas and she was playing it yesterday.
Right. Okay. Now, The Last Guardian, you've got to remember, is a game that was originally. I know everyone thought it was made for the PS3. It wasn't. It was actually originally started on the PS2, and then it jumped to the PS3, and then it went into nightmare grief of being developed, and now it's gone on the PS4. This game is an old school style game, which basically means you will start the game and there's no guides. There's no telling you where to go. You've got to work everything out, which is an old school style game. So whereas most games today will have a little thing flashing about or something like, or you get a little icon, like Uncharted goes ding like that and just tells you where to look. You won't get that in The Last Guardian. So if you get frustrated with games like that, don't bother playing this. Okay. Now, graphically, the game I think is brilliant. It's beautiful. It's a lovely looking game. I put it on, and my other half and my daughter started watching it, and they were like, "Oh wow, this is beautiful! Wow, look at the little, the creature, which is like what is it? It's a mix. It's called Trico, and it's a mixture of a."
Is it like a man bear pig?
It's a dog cat bird, isn't it?
Dude, it's just a big dog.
Well, it's a big dog, but what it is, we call it a big dog, okay, for Webby.
DOGG.
Yeah, this big dog, and I could say a spoiler here, but you're going to know anyway, has been chained up in a room. So your first thing is you've got to get it unchained. Okay, you don't know why it's chained. You don't know why you're there. You just wake up and you've got a big dog in front of you chained up. Something's happened to this thing, and that's what you've got to find out, and you've got to try and get out of this, wherever you are. Now, there is an issue, and the issue I have with this game is it doesn't always do what you want it to do.
Oh, that's what I was going to say.
That is the biggest problem with this game.
That's what I've heard, actually.
Yeah, it's
quite a bit.
It's got clunky controls, which I can get past the clunky controls. But the big issue I had, and this is yesterday, I was trying to do. I mean, I haven't played this that long. The reason why I haven't played that long is because I got pissed off of it, which is really annoying because I really look forward to this game so much. But I got to a certain section of the game where I had to get Trico to do something for me. So basically, I had to get on the back of Trico, and I had to get Trico to try and jump up to this high ledge. Would the dog do what I wanted to do? No, it fucking wouldn't do what I wanted to do. So I ended up getting off Trico because I didn't know if that was what I was supposed to do. But I thought, well, it must be. So I ended up going to this certain place. I thought, well, maybe Trico's got to get up there and then I've got to grab onto its tail. No, it didn't work like that. Trico goes up there and then buggers off and leaves me down below, and I don't know what I'm doing. So then I have to call Trico again to come over to me, and then I have to wait. And then it's only by pure luck you can get Trico to do what you want it to do sometimes, because I've had a couple of times where you think, well, I've been in this room here for like 10 minutes and it's not doing what I want it to do. And then all of a sudden it will just do it. I had a bit at the beginning of the game where I gave Trico a barrel, because you have to give the Trico the barrel, because what it does, it calms the dog down. Would Trico eat the barrels? No, he didn't. He just kicked him around the screen for 5 minutes. And then it was like, well, I can't do anything. I need Trico to calm down because I couldn't get near him. And this is the problem. It's got old technology and it's still got issues where I think they just run out of time and they needed to get this game out. Otherwise, the art design, some of the puzzles are great. They're quite straightforward if you can work them out. Sometimes you've got to work out where you're going. That can also be a pain in the arse as well. But that's a puzzle game. That's all part of the, what you do in the game. I'm going to keep playing it. I think it's going to take me a lot longer to finish it than I expected, because I wanted to just really rinse through this game. But the problem is, because of the camera thing, it makes me feel a bit ill after a while, and I have to come off it because I feel completely drained from this game because of the way the camera does what it feels like. And then sometimes, as I say, Trico doesn't do what you bloody want him to do either. So I think it's going to take me a while to finish this game. So has anyone else played this?
No, I've just heard the thing about him, like people sort of saying like the way that he doesn't react to you and what you want to do. It's sort of cool that like it shows that he's sort of like got some sort of mind of his own and he's an animal, and
yeah.
The way that animals don't exactly do what you want to do anyway, but they said also at the other end of the day, it adds to the frustration of the overall frustration of the game. Because you're obviously, like you said, sitting there going, come on, I want to get to this next bit, and just watching him like not doing what you're supposed to be doing, and it's even worse if you are doing what you know you're supposed to be doing. You're just waiting for him, and it's like, come on, mate.
Yeah, it was just annoying. It was like yesterday. It was like I was waiting at a certain bit. I thought, well, this has got to be the way to go. And then it was like, well, I can't get up there. I can't climb up here. So I wait here. And then Trico sort of wandered off somewhere else. And then I called him over again. And then he just didn't pay attention. And then when I wanted him to do it, he just like, well, I've just done this 10 minutes ago. It makes you think, oh, is the game glitched out or has it done something weird? But it hasn't. It's just the style of it.
It's just the game.
Yeah, it's just the game. It's just got that old school style about it. I mean, Shadow of the Colossus had camera issues anyway. I remember playing that. That had a lot of camera issues. It was all over the place as well. But I mean, this
overhyped shit, mate. That's all I have to say.
I don't think it's overhyped.
I wouldn't even say it was overhyped. It's just been put back so much. It's become almost like a myth of itself. The game that no one ever thought was going to exist, basically.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, and it's now out there. I mean, I'm pleased it has come out. I mean, I didn't pay. I got it as a Christmas present anyway. Well, I had to pay for it anyway because my other half was going to pay for it in game and pay 47 quid, and I found it for 30 for her in the end, which was a result. Because to be honest, I wouldn't want to pay 47 quid for it anyway. I have noticed it has dropped to 25 now in certain places. is that because it hasn't sold well? I think it did all right. I don't know if it's going to be a niche game anyway. A lot of people I speak to about this game, so oh yeah, I like this, but yeah, I didn't really get on with Shadows of the Colossus, so no, it's not my cup of tea game. So
yeah, they are specific games for sort of like people who like that type of thing, aren't they?
so, but if you like puzzle games that have got a sort of bit of a different art style to them, it's hard to explain. I mean, what game could you compare it to? I can't think of anything I can compare it to be honest, apart from stuff like the Shadow of the Colossus. But even then, you're not fighting. Well, I don't know yet. You're not fighting monsters on the top of things, if you get my meaning. It's a strange one, really. But I will keep you informed. How I get on with it. So. But there we go.
Cool.
Next game I'm going to play, that I've been playing, and I've got into this big time. It might be to do with because I've just seen the film, and that was Star Wars Rogue One. I've actually gone back and started playing Star Wars Battlefront, and I played this on the Xbox One ages ago, and I have an issue with the Xbox One because I don't like the triggers. I've always had an issue with them. I just don't like the way they shoot. And I actually picked up in the summer, this on the PS4 for, I think it's about £7, I think it was. And I've just had it sat here, and I put it on the other day. And I'm loving it. I've just got the basic maps. There's lots of nubs on it at the moment. I've noticed that because there's some people running around not knowing where they're going, not doing the objectives, and sort of, I don't know, you can just tell. And it's great.
Christmas noobs, mate. Christmas noobs.
Yeah, it's great because I mean I was playing it today. I was playing it last night. I'm getting like 31 kills and 6 deaths, and I'm normally crap at multiplayer games. So I'm having a lot of fun. There's not much I can say. We've spoken about Battlefront over the year. Well, a year and a half.
It's free on EA Access now as well, isn't it?
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
okay.
That's probably why you got all the nubs on there now.
Well, no, because I'm playing on the PS4, aren't I?
I don't know then.
Yeah, because but who knows? Maybe just Christmas present for people. The only thing I was slightly annoyed about was I quite fancy getting the season pass, but the season pass is still £40.
What?
How is it not in the sale?
That's
Well, yeah, it is.
redonk.
It's 50% off in the sale. So it's £40.
That's not too bad. What, £40 for the season pass? Like it
Yeah,
with the 50.
This is where it's right. It's wrong, right? You go onto the season pass and it says $39.99, and then next to it says 50% off. But that was the price it was anyway, £39.99. So they didn't bother to change the price. So realistically, it should have been £20, but no, they haven't changed it. So, but they've done 2 of the packs at £6. I think it was £6 each for 2 of the packs, and then one of them's £11, and then the other one's 12. I think the last one, which is Rogue One's £12. So basically, it works at the same price as buying the season pass anyway for £40. So I'm not buying it. So I'm not paying £40 for a season pass. I refuse to pay that amount.
That's a lot of money for a season pass,
crazy.
man.
For a season pass that's over a year old.
£40 is the typical season pass price for an EA Battlefield, Battlefront, or type of game
That's
anyway.
why I've not bought the season pass for Battlefield either, because it's just too much money.
No, but it's a shame, really. I got £20 for Christmas as well in PS vouchers, for online. So, and I'll just keep it for that when it does actually finally drop to £20. So, because I would like to play some of the other maps, and my daughter loves it as well. She's got well into playing Battlefront as well, and she plays it with her uncle as well, which is cool. They play some of the missions because now there's also an offline mode to Battlefront, because I know everyone moaned about, again, the usual scenario with developers today. They bring out all these games that don't have an offline mode, for certain things. It's like, so it's just online only. So God knows what's going to happen to some of these games in years to come. They're just going to die, aren't they?
Just disappear.
So, but yeah, it's good. I'm having a lot of fun. If you see me online on the PS4 playing it, jump in. So, as I say, I'm trying to get some of the trophies on it. It's really stingy, that game is on trophies, I must admit. So, but maybe that's just me. Next game I played, I put it on today actually. I got this ages ago, and I've heard a lot of people praise this game. That's SteamWorld Heist. They made another game which was SteamWorld Dig, which was a digging game, which is basically a bit like you're just digging down for treasure and stuff.
Is Heist the one where you're like the space pirates and it's like a side scroller?
Yeah, it's a side scroller game, but it reminds me of like XCOM.
Yes, like turn-based shooting
Yeah.
type thing.
Yeah, it's turn-based. So basically, what you get is you start into this. I mean, I've only done the first level because it was early morning this morning. I thought, I want to play this game because everyone keeps banging on about it, and it's actually done really well. A lot of people, in the gaming world, have said, "Oh, this is a brilliant game." And it's now out. I don't know if it's on the Xbox One. I know it's been released as a pack on the PS4. I've actually got the Wii U version.
What the hell?
Yeah, it came out on the Wii U, and I picked it up. There's a disc version on the Wii U. One of these special collections they did because they've only done 2. They've done
Is it in a steelbook?
No.
See, they missed the trick there, mate. Special edition,
I don't-
Steam World, not in the steelbook. I don't know.
Do you know what? I don't think there's any Wii U games that have a steelbook.
Well done, Nintendo. Heck, fucking give you a round of applause for that one.
This game looks weird, man. I'm watching a video and it just seems odd.
Right. So what you get, right, is you'll be, say, like you're at a barrel on a side screen, and you have to move to like forward to a certain point in the map. A bit like XCOM, where you went to certain bits where you come up against a wall, and you move so many spaces to the wall that you then stop, and then you can fire at your enemies. And basically, you've got to angle your shot at a certain position to get a shot on the person. But the other side of the coin is they can do the same. They can move towards you, they can fire shots at you, and they can kill you. It's a tactical game. I like it. I've only played the first mission, as I said, the first section, and I thought it was fun. It was something different, and that's what I like to play now. I mean, I liked XCOM. I haven't played 2, so I can't comment on 2. I would like to play 2 at some point, but the list of games I've got at the moment is unbelievable. But from what I played of it, it looks a fun game. If you want something that's just quite simple, I don't know what else to say. I mean, anyone else? Anything you want to ask?
No, I've seen videos and stuff, so I know exactly how it plays and such. So it does look quite interesting, to be honest. And I know there seems to be this whole sort of Steam World thing where there's like multiple games and things for it.
No, but yeah, no, it's fun. I'm enjoying it from what I played of it this morning. Got 2 more left, and that's it. I'm done. I picked up Batman Arkham Asylum, the HD collection, which has Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, isn't it?
I think so, yes.
And I've started playing Batman Arkham Asylum. Now, the reason I'm playing Arkham Asylum is because I never played it on the 360 or the PS3. Nope, never played it. Missed that game.
It's the best one.
Yeah. And I've been enjoying this. I don't know how long this game is. I've done quite a bit of it. I'm about 30% into the game now. I love it. I think it's brilliant. It's so much better than Arkham Knight that I played last year. Arkham Knight, all right, people say, because you had the car. But regardless of the car section, I just like the way this game is done. I just like the characters, the way they're brought into the game in certain sections. It feels open, even though you're being like led from point A to point B. That's right. Yeah.
It's very Metroidvania, and then you'll get a new ability, and you'll be able to go back to one of the other areas and get through an air duct you couldn't do before to get to somewhere new.
Yeah.
I still can't believe it when the original actually came out back in the day on the 360, and someone was like, "Oh, have you downloaded the Batman demo?" And I'm like, "Superhero games? No, mate, you're all right." And it was like, "No, seriously, try it." And then I downloaded it and I started the combat and I was like, "Yeah, this is fucking all right, isn't it?"
Yeah, I like the combat.
Thing,
yeah, the combat's cool. I like that.
This is before like everyone like copied the combat sort of style in it because it was so good.
And then I like the way you can get the trophies, stuff like that. There's also a bit where you meet the Scarecrow and it goes into like a side-scrolling bit where you've got to try and get past the Scarecrow on sections. I thought that was quite cool. I don't know how much updated it is on graphics, but the graphics, what I'm playing of it, all right, the mouth talking's a little bit, you can tell it's 2000. I mean, I don't know how old this game was. Was it 2008, 2007? I think it was quite old.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, but they haven't updated that much. But graphically, the rest of it looks brilliant.
Well, people seem to think that like last gen games look horrendous. They don't at all. They still look really good. Some of them, like you could easily go back to an old games from like last gen and still be well happy with how they look.
But yeah, no, as I say, I'm enjoying it so much more than Arkham Knight. I mean, I haven't finished Arkham Knight. I got stuck on a certain bit on that, which I'm going to go back to actually after I finish this and try and see if I can finish it because I've been doing so much on this. You know, it's the powers I've got on the rest. It's making me think, oh, maybe I could do that with what I was trying to do. But no, it's good. It's recommended if you didn't play it on the 360 or the PS3, then pick it up. You also get Arkham City as well, which I haven't played. I don't know if I'll play that at first because I want to have a bit of a break because I don't want to play 2 Batman games in a row. That'll kill me. That will, because it's just playing the same thing over and over again. So, but no, it's good. Well worth picking up. I think it's about £18 now to buy on disc.
Really? That's mad.
Yeah, it's dropped. Because I know they do a couple of HD versions just come out. There was Batman and there was the Assassin's Creed games they've brought out, which I would like to play Revelations because I never played Revelations. Played 2.
I just remember, was it the Ezio collection, and there's that famous picture of that random sprite in one of the
they've patched
it. Have they? That was
epic. they patched it out. Yeah, I don't know what they should have left it in.
Just like, kill me now, I shouldn't be here.
But they should have left it in because it'd get people to actually remember that. I mean, and when people get to that point, they should have, I don't know, updated and added an achievement or trophy there. If you stand there and watch and then you put your camera on that, then it goes bing and you get a trophy for it. A bit like what they did in Uncharted 4, where if you stand in a certain place, a bit like the demo that they did.
I didn't do that, but I saw there was a secret trophy there.
A trophy.
You've got to smile at the fact that they're quite willing to sort of take the piss out of themselves a little bit, aren't they?
Yeah, so, but no, Batman, well worth playing. If you've never played it, which I haven't played it, I mean, I know it was Game of the Year for a lot of people anyway, but yeah, if you haven't played, you've got to pick it up. So it's good fun. It's nice to play. Last game I played, which I picked up in the sale, and I don't get the hype for this game. That's Firewatch. Webby, what's so good about it?
It's just awesome.
I mean, I enjoyed it, but I just felt like I was just going from one place to another place, and then it was like looking at the map all the time to try and work out how to get from one point all the way over to another point. And then it was like, oh, you now need to go back to your town. Like, oh, for God's sake, I've just been over here. I'm now going all the way back over here again. And it was like trying to work out how to climb up certain bits. I don't know. I just didn't get it.
Is it a walking simulator?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I like those games. So if you like Dear Esther and
I picked that up for £3 something in the sale, which
nice.
I think I've come to the conclusion that walkathons don't agree with me because I tried. What was the one we got free on the PS4?
Gone Home.
No, was it Vanishing? It was Vanishing of Ethan Carter.
Oh, that was brilliant.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't that one. It was Everyone's Gone to the Rapture.
That's
that was good as well. I enjoyed that.
Ethan Carter was amazing. I really like that game.
I got lost in that other one. I didn't know what to do. I mean, at least I finished this game, I must admit. But I don't know. It was a walkathon, and then you had the dialogue you had to do as well, and I don't know. As I say, I think I've come to the conclusion I just don't get on with walkathons. For me, they just didn't have enough story for me, even though it did have a story in this. I don't know. But there we go. Each their own. Not everyone.
It all depends. I know, some of the supposed walking sims, you don't actually do a lot. Whereas, in Ethan Carter, you were at least sort of solving different mysteries and doing puzzles and things like that. I'm not too sure what the other ones are actually like.
I know Colin got this. Did he actually play this? Because I never heard.
Yeah. He finished it and he really enjoyed it.
He enjoyed it, did he? Oh, okay. But I don't know. It's just not for me. But I'm pleased I've done it. I can see the ideas behind it. To certain people, it's quite cool in the story, what goes on. But not for me, I'm afraid. So there we go. That's it. That's me done.
Cool. Skingle.
All right. So, I mean, I've played a lot considering it's only been 2 weeks off work. But yeah, I guess we'll start with the big one, other than Overwatch for Final Fantasy, and that would be Battlefield 1.
Yes.
I'm amazed no one else has talked about it. Oh
Well,
my god!
well,
What
I
a
knew
game.
that you'd played it because I actually played it on New Year's Eve till like 3 in the morning. That was one of my other games next to Skyrim. I love Battlefield. I don't understand why people hate on it. It's just a
Yeah,
really
I've
good
seen a lot
game.
of hate on it as well.
I don't get it. It's just like Battlefield 4, but obviously you don't have helicopters. The graphics are
And a
fantastic.
better, more interesting time period.
Yeah,
Oh
you
yeah,
know, and
100%.
it is a good time period to do. It's
Because
not
that's
it's not
one
been
of
done
the
before,
things I
so.
put. It's oh, it's World War, it's boring. It's like, no, what's boring is the same modern shit recycled over and over and over again. That's why they've eventually gone and done this game, to be honest. And fair enough, if you don't like it, they'll probably switch back for the next one. But I like it when they sort of like things move away from the standard sort of format that they've been pumping out game after game after game, because it's just boring. That's why I think a lot of people were a bit lukewarm on like Infinite Warfare when it came out. It's like, yeah, fair enough, it's Call of Duty, it's in space and all the rest of it, but we've just had Destiny, we've got fucking Titanfall 2, and now you're doing all this shit again. Like, we need like a different setting or a different feel, but I don't know.
Yep. Yeah, so this was the first time I purchased it on PC. It would normally be a console purchase, but I thought I'd give it a go on PC, and I'm so glad I did. Granted, I don't think there's as many Mojo community members, that's for sure. But I think there's something about it on PC. It just looks better, it plays better. It's very twitchy, I find, this game. I just think it's superior on PC. I've played it on PS4 as well. But yeah, there's just something about on keyboard and mouse, and like you're really close up to a monitor, and you've got headphones on. The audio is incredible, just like every other DICE game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. So if any other people out there have it on PC, please play with me, because I'm getting a bit lonely and having to play with dickheads all the time. Because it is,
Fair.
it's that's the only problem with Battlefield, right? It's very much a squad game. So if you're not in a good squad, you're going to have a horrible experience, basically.
Yeah, like my mate said, he's been in games before. Like, he plays it on the PS4 sort of a thing, and he said he's had shit games. He's jumped into another game, and he's like literally taken an objective, and he realizes none of his squad mates are behind him, and he literally runs up, and they're all hidden behind the wall with sniper rifles, and he just goes, "Yeah, we're gonna win," and screams off into the distance to get blown up. So yeah, it is all about, because you need those squad members to spawn on that, and obviously if you're all snipers, you're constantly going to be either like, oh, it's start here and run across the battlefield, or spawn on Bob who's hiding in that tree, and then I have to run all the way across the battlefield again.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say this is probably the first Battlefield where I felt like sniper isn't maybe the superior class. Like, there's not really a benefit to being a sniper.
Yeah, you get that glint as well, haven't you, from the scopes and stuff, which
so you become easy to spot.
A little bit, yeah.
But then they also have like the weather effects, so at points it becomes cloudy or dusty, and then you don't have good visibility. Also, like, the guns don't have the perfect range anymore, so you've got to kind of get your aim, so you're not going to hit them first time. I just think I think DICE have done well to kind of A, level design, but B, like, weaponize the class so that they're not like the superior class anymore, because that pissed me off about Battlefield 4. Like, you could get sniped from pretty much anywhere on the map.
Well, it's not necessarily that as well. It was the fact that you had, like, I think it was Battlefield 4, wasn't it, where it was like this. Not only could they sit back and like just snipe people, but they could also call in mortar strikes and stuff as well. And it's like, yeah great, brilliant. Never mind. Yeah, I'll do. All of us ground troops are doing all the work, running back and forth, taking objectives. You just sit up there in them hills, mate, just shooting people.
Yeah. You just care about your KD, mate. No worries. So yeah, other than Battlefield 1, Gears of War 4. I mean, I've got to admit, I was a massive Gears of War fanboy back in the day when the 360 came out.
Yeah, same.
We all were.
And I mean, I came on Gears of War 4 around December, so like I kind of started after everyone had kind of played it and got bored of it. And I am so disappointed. I can't pinpoint what my issues are with it necessarily, but I think there's a lot wrong in that game. Like, the mechanics feel a bit off, some of the weapons feel off. Their gacha system, like their whole like chest card system,
it's fucking terrible.
It's awful, to the point where it even breaks horde mode because of the bounties. Because once you've completed a bounty in horde, everyone quits. They don't want to get to level 50.
Exactly.
You've broken horde.
the horde mode to me now with these card packs feels to me like a free to play.
Yeah.
Where you have to
100%.
grind so much to actually get the cards, to actually get enough stuff to actually make horde doable.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
that's
I also
fun
don't
with
understand the whole class system in the horde. I just don't think it was necessary. So yeah, I sort of feel like you're right that they've kind of pushed that in so they can kind of get a free to play mechanic within the card system. But even just standard multiplayer, I just don't think it's there anymore. I think we've kind of moved on in the 10 years since Gears. I think is a way to describe it.
I mean, it still felt perfectly fine to me, and there were parts of it I enjoyed. I just the new characters never clicked with me. Like I said, the robot enemy shit is just
the DBs, yeah.
yeah, it's
Awful
no,
name.
yeah.
Yeah, but
And
I
said,
didn't like the other things. What do they call those chests? You had a horde mode section, didn't you? We had to what were they called those chests? You had to open the chest.
multiple times, multiple points, mate. It's like
Yeah.
the power chest thing, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that was a stupid
That's right.
design.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is
yeah,
something that everyone moaned at in Judgment, and then they bring it back for that, and it's like,
Yeah, I sort of feel like they've kind of lost, I think, a bit of Gears' identity in a way. I think they've tried to change it, and I don't know. I don't think it works. So, I mean, I'm still going to play it from time to time because a lot of friends still play it, but it's definitely not hot for me. Not like
yeah,
I was
it's one
for
of
Gears
those
1.
where it's like someone's like, "Oh, is it shit?" Then, and I was like, "No, it's not shit.
It's just not
It's
great.
just massively disappointing." I'd probably say it's my most disappointing game of last year, easy. Because I love Gears 3 so much, and I should have known, because obviously when it comes to a lot of franchises, well, most franchises, with this upgrade, you get like half the content in the game that you got in the previous one, and it's like, you shouldn't be fucking doing that. Like, you should be giving us more, not less, and then charging us the same price, and chucking in like extensive microtransactions on top of it, and like limited time fucking card packs and other shit. It's just so anti-consumer. It really is.
Yeah. Those chests are a horrible experience, and like if you get multiples, sure you can burn them, but you get fuck all for burning that card. It's
and then it's like, now you need 500 gold or scrap to make something you actually want, and it's like, I'll have to burn out like, I don't know, 100 cards to get that. Cheers.
Yeah, I think it's probably a bit more than that, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so yeah, I've played enough of it to know it's not really anything special. Just yesterday, I finally completed Diablo 3 in the expansion pack, Reaper of Souls, on Xbox.
Such a good game.
So good. I was doing it on co-op with the wife, so that was interesting. It's actually a really good co-op game. I highly recommend it if anyone's thinking about it. It's really enjoyable.
We were talking about the couch co-op thing earlier, and that's like one of the kings. I mean, didn't you play couch co-op with Leanne, and like you was playing with Euthanasia and his other half?
Yeah, it was good fun, man. It was good fun. Yeah, good times on that.
Yep. So yeah, quality game. And then
new content out soon.
Yeah, there's a necromancer, right? New class. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see how much that is.
They're still updating and supporting a game that's like must be like 3 years old now.
It'll be 4 years on PC. Then it came to console about 8 months later.
Yeah.
Because they fucked up on PC because they had the auction house, and that was a bomb.
That's right.
And everyone remembers the famous Error 37.
Yeah.
When the game came out.
So yeah, it's quite an old game, really. So yeah, it's pretty impressive they're still doing content for it. So then the next one, I think a lot of people will be disappointed in me and probably shocked by this statement, but I've only just actually played and completed The Last of Us.
Oh, good game, man.
Yeah, right.
I haven't completed it, so
I won't do spoilers.
Exactly, I'm even worse.
Well, the reason comes down to when it came out on PS3, I was living in Germany, so I didn't have my PlayStation. So then when I came back, it was like PS4. And I got it for PS4 with the console, like the remastered version. And I never got around to playing it. And therefore, when they announced Last of Us 2, I was like, right, I need to actually understand what the hell's going on. So I played it, and I literally spent a good 10 hours on one Friday evening. I just blitzed it.
Wow.
And I would actually probably say it's now in my top 5 games of all time. There is something about that game. I think it's the characters mainly, combined with like an incredible soundtrack. I like the exploration. I like how you can collect items and like construct them to make other things. I like some of the horror style elements. The ending was incredible, like totally not what I was expecting. And it's just a typical like Naughty Dog experience. Everything is polished, everything's clean, it's graphically beautiful. Voice acting was great. I loved it. So I'm annoyed sort of now. It's taken me like, it came out 4 years ago, 3.5 years ago.
I think probably about 3, yeah. 3.5.
Yeah, so I'm kind of annoyed that it's taken me that long to play it, really. But I'm also amazed that from that time I've never been told the ending. Like I've never been spoiled. So that was pretty impressive.
I haven't been spoiled either.
Yeah, I think, don't like let anyone ruin it for you because it's a beautiful ending. So yeah, that was The Last of Us, and then obviously I'm a mobile guy, so I've been playing a lot of Clash Royale, way too much Clash Royale.
What the hell is that?
This
isn't Clash of Clans, is it?
It's from the same company who do Clash of Clans, but it's like a
You're part of the
MOBA card
problem.
game. Sorry,
Ken.
just Google it. Don't play it. It's too addictive. I don't recommend it. But yeah, I've sunk way too many hours in. And that's kind of all I've been playing. But yeah, it's been nice to have 2 weeks off work and actually just sit down and play games for a change instead of like having to come home from work and have half an hour. It's nice just to be able to sit down and commit hours upon hours of gaming, which is nice.
Cool. Right, we'll go through questions and end. We've gone on for longer than I thought we were going to go on tonight. I hope everyone's wives are still talking to them.
No, I've been kicked out.
I've actually found another Aetheryte shard in Idleshire, Webby.
Ooh. You have to tell me where that is in a bit.
The area, yeah.
I bet I've already got it.
And possibly there's someone hanging off a cliff saying, "Can you please lend a hand?"
Right, so we have had a few Facebook questions. For those of you on Twitch, there's only a few people listening on Twitch now. If you've got a question, please feel free to pop it on there. Elliot, who says, what are you most looking forward to this year? My game is Mass Effect Andromeda.
I think you know what mine will be, Webby. Final
Fantasy XIV Stormblood.
Oh, quite possibly, maybe, yeah.
It's up there for me as well. For me, though, I'm more excited for Ghost Recon.
Really?
Yeah, and that's out in a couple of months. That's all I'm looking forward to this year. I'm not really sure what else is actually coming out, but
I think there's going to be some crazy stuff for Scorpio.
Yeah, well, Scorpio's not out till Christmas, but I'm gonna try and keep myself to PC as much as possible this year.
Okay. Are you not excited about Breath of the Wild?
Nah, I'm not picking it up, mate, because I'm not buying a new console.
Yeah, so that's what I'm interested in for the Nintendo Switch.
Yep,
that's the only thing for me. The Switch with the Breath of the Wild.
If it was still coming out on the Wii U, I'd be all over it. But since they cancelled it, fuck you, Nintendo.
Well,
you can suck my balls.
I didn't think they had cancelled.
I thought it was just a rumour.
That's what I've heard, anyway.
I haven't seen it's been cancelled.
Yeah, I assume they were going to do what they did with Twilight Princess on GameCube and Wii. They'll just do both.
Well, I've heard that they've cancelled it on the Wii
U. Okay. But yeah, I'm up for Nintendo Switch. I'm buzzing for that.
We'll know more in literally a couple of weeks.
Yeah, January 13th is the conference,
12th,
right?
isn't it?
12th, okay.
Yeah, the 12th. God, the 13th is a bad day, isn't it?
Well, it'll be the 13th for us because it'll be the 13th for them, 12th for us. I don't know.
It's 4 in the morning, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not getting up at 4. I'll just wait till I'm awake.
If they want to sell that to me straight away, all they have to do is go, "Is the Switch? Is a new Monster Hunter?" I'll be like, right, nice one. It's my wallet. It's my credit card.
The only other game that's on the other consoles that I'm interested in, which Switch I spoke about earlier, was Hellblade.
Okay.
Which is
Still
Mate.
no release date, is there?
No, but that's made by the people that did the game that we loved. What was it called?
Enslaved, Devil May
Enslaved.
Cry.
That's it. Yeah, Enslaved. And
Enslaved was
yeah,
awesome.
and if you actually look on YouTube, there's the developers have actually spoke about what they've done with some of the motion capture on that game as well, and it's quite interesting to
It actually sounds. The more I hear about this game, the better it sounds. It sounds like it's a game about mental illness.
Mm. Mm.
Oh, is this the Ninja Theory game?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
It's sort of
I'm with
set
you
in
now.
like very much sort of like the old sort of like days of like the early English, like the pits and stuff like that.
Yep.
What's this game called?
Hellblade.
Hellblade. Oh, I've never heard of it.
It's actually just going to be an online game, right? It's not going to come out on disc. Is that right?
I believe so.
Oh, was that right?
Oh, but yeah, that's why I said in the chat I'm hoping they get a publisher or a limited run or something for it. They'll probably do a physical limited run in a steelbook.
The only other game that's coming out this year as well, because Webby's down typing in trying to look for Hellblade.
I am, but
quickly move on.
I'll just
Right,
move on. It's fine.
It's the vampire game, which is to do with Telltale, but it's not actually a Telltale game, as in like the Walking Dead scenario. It's a proper, third person action game. Is it called Vampire?
Yeah, it's spelled Vampyr.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's that. I looked at the video of that. That looks quite interesting. I like my vampire bits and bobs. Not that we get enough of them anyway. But yeah, quite intrigued.
That's
by
the
that.
thing. There's a few of us excited for stuff we know about, and then obviously there's going to be a load of games we don't even know about.
Yeah, true.
E3 is what I'm excited about. Fuck games. Just give me E3. I love E3. It's Christmas.
Well, E3 this year is going to basically be Nintendo probably doing their own direct thing again, showing off all their bits. Obviously, with Microsoft, we're going to get obviously Scorpio details or whatever that's going to be called. We're going to get information on which VR technology they're going to be using and how they're going to be going with that. If they're deciding to go down that route as well. And obviously, I guess PlayStation's one will just be games again, because obviously they've got all the hardware sort of spiel and stuff out of the way last year.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to get some more VR stuff, aren't you? You're going to get some more of that this year.
I mean, the interesting thing is if obviously the Scorpio or whatever it's going to be called does have the VR capability, which I'm pretty much sure it will do, and have some sort of like tie-in with one of the headsets, it's only going to be usable on that machine, isn't it?
You don't think they'll do like a Windows 10 thing?
Well, no, I meant as in like on PC and that. I can imagine that being a tie-in.
Oh, but on console, like it would only be on the Scorpio.
Yeah, I'm on about like
standard one.
It wouldn't work. You wouldn't be able to use the VR headset on the standard Xbox One.
I couldn't imagine that.
Yeah, which is strange because it's quite mad that obviously Sony have managed to get one that will work on the sort of upgraded one and the standard unit, sort of a thing. But yeah, VR's still in that sort of like between phase at the moment. Is it like will it catch on? Will it not catch on?
Yeah, I think it's still got to prove itself. I haven't seen like a killer game where I'd be like, I have to have it for that reason.
It's gone
Resident
quiet.
Resident Evil 7, mate, in about 3 weeks should be the one.
I'm not into shit in my pants.
Thing is, VR's gone quiet anyway, but then it's gone quite also because not everyone can get it still. It's still
That's
really
true.
hard.
I think the bloke at work, he's tried ordering one before Christmas because he was like sitting there going, I really want it. You keep bigging it up. And he said, one of my mates has got one. He said, the more I hear of it, the more I want it. So he was trying to order one. He couldn't get hold of one. He's like, not until after Christmas. And then when I went into work, it was like, oh yeah, I tried to order another one, not until March now. I was like, what?
Bloody hell, March?
Yeah. Because obviously, over Christmas, whenever a relative come round, I was plonking that headset on them all the time. Like, going, try this.
While they're eating their turkey.
No. Yeah, but just because I just love seeing people's faces when they're sitting there, like seeing it for the first time and actually sort of like experiencing it properly, sort of a thing. They're just always impressed by it. Doesn't matter like whether it's probably similar thing, I suppose. Even with stuff like the Samsung VR, I'm not too sure how that would actually work. Or the one you've got, Webby, the Gear, is it, or the Samsung Gear VR or something?
Yeah, that's right.
It's
Yeah,
still got to be pretty cool. Like, must give
yeah,
you
it's
the sort of
alright. It's just
right
a
idea.
bit, just a little bit blurry.
Giant Bomb said, like, on Gear VR, Google Maps is like the best experience you can have.
Mad. Yeah, because there are some of the. I remember when I was looking at my brother's place in Japan, like years ago when he used to actually live in Tokyo. Like they had those weird fisheye cameras where you can
Yep.
sort of go down to street level and then like pan the mouse left and right to look around. But yeah, I can imagine being able to do stuff like that in the VR thing would be mental. Like
Next.
just visiting wherever
Yeah,
you
next
want.
question.
Yeah,
So
no,
this question's been going on for ages, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're dragging it
Nigel Arnold says Scorpio day one buy or not.
Depends on price.
now.
Well, we've heard
I've been
rumours,
burnt
haven't
that
we, of the price?
If it's like 300, I'd consider it.
I think they've said it's going to be. The rumours are the same price as
The Pro.
the Pro, basically.
350.
But again, I'd like to get it day one. But then again, it all depends on the games. Again,
Yeah, agreed.
like it needs to have the games, and what Microsoft needs to bring this year, as far as I'm concerned, is the games. Because
Yeah, so
they
I'm trying to
run
think.
their three franchises into the floor. Halo
Yeah.
is no longer what it was. Gears is no longer what it was. Forza is surviving.
It's
Yeah,
fucking
but
awesome. Horizon 3 is awesome.
They could, yeah, but they can't keep spitting a Forza out every year. They
yeah,
just can't.
true. Oh,
We
I forgot
know
to
they've
mention
got-
I downloaded the that snowy thing. What's it called?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
right.
Snow Mountain or something?
Worth
Yeah.
playing.
Yeah, it's really, really good. Yeah, really, really fun.
I went to buy the season pass, but I literally went to buy it like an idiot the day after it went back up in price after the sale.
Lols.
But but yeah, we know they've got Crackdown 3, which
Yep.
should be a launch game for the Scorpio.
Yeah, there's Sea of Thieves as well. By
What?
I'm
Sorry,
not
can I bring this up? What is so special about Crackdown? I don't
gonna
get. Yeah,
be
but
full
Crackdown 2
destruction.
was shit.
You've got to get them agility orbs, mate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. It's all about the agility
so-
orbs.
jumping from a really tall building.
I'm sorry to say this, but if Crackdown is the game to sell Scorpio, then they're fucked.
Well, you're on about Halo 6. That's going to be the Scorpio seller.
If it's anything like Halo 5, though, like hopefully not. Um,
I think the Xbox are in a very difficult situation at the moment.
well, scale. They've got. Was it what you got this year that I can?
You've got
actually
Halo
think-
Wars 2 that's out in a
Yeah,
couple.
Halo Wars 2. Yeah. Scalebound, which I'm
Scalebound,
still.
yeah.
It looks cool, but it seems a bit like they're trying to be too American. And for Platinum again to release a game that is going to sell like white dog shit in Japan. So literally, that game is literally just being sold to the Western market, full stop. And it's like, what else is there? Come on, show me something else. That's what I want at
Forza.
E3. I need that extra stuff. Yeah, you know there's going to be a Forza 7.
Yeah,
And
Forza 7's
to be honest, like the Forza series in general has been stale for a while. The actual, just the track ones, I think as soon as they brought out the first Horizon, it was way better than the Forza, standard Forza that was out at the time. And I much prefer the Horizon games because you're more invested in your car. You get to drive around, take it off road, have a free roam of it, sort of a thing. You feel more ownership rather than buy this, race around the track. That's it.
All right. Next.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm going to skip some of these questions because they'll be more relevant for next week, because next week we're doing our Game of the Year show. So I'm going to save these questions for next week. Jared Best says, are you excited for Resident Evil 7? And if so, do you like the new direction of the series?
It needed to go a new direction. It had to. It couldn't keep doing the same as what it's done.
Well, it didn't need to, but Capcom basically forced
yeah, but-
themselves into a corner by making.
Yeah, but look at 6. 6
Yeah,
was a bit of a
exactly.
6 was a
disaster.
clusterfuck, yeah.
6
5 was
is-
alright.
6 is the first Resident Evil game I've never finished.
Oh, you
I
never finished
literally,
6?
I played it
finished
for
six.
about an hour, and I was like, "This is absolute shit."
I
Just
finished
like,
it with
so pissed off
Carlson,
with it.
and we
Yeah.
really struggled to get through that game. It was like, oh, do we have to play this? Oh yeah, we really do. It's like I want to finish it.
We've come so far. Keep pushing.
So
That was like that was. I just remember first taking me back to like me and Peebs trying to finish that fucking fuse on the 360.
I never finished Fuse on the 360. I got stuck on that. It was a bit that got quite hard.
Yeah, it was near the end. I think
Yeah.
unless you were in with us as well, mate, because I think there was a few of us going through in 3 or 4 player, and I was swearing like a trooper at the end of it.
Yeah, I couldn't
Like
finish
this
it. I just AI kept
stupid
running
bullet
ahead and
sponge,
stupid
yeah,
things.
stupid bullet sponge bosses and that. And it's
Right, shall we
Next.
move on to next? Paul Barry Higgins says, which multiplayer game will keep everyone going next year? Well, this year.
Overwatch.
Yeah?
Battle
Yep.
for me.
Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah. Agreed. What about Battlefield 1?
No, that's dead.
Oh, fucking
Next.
sad bastard. Fair enough.
Do you know? Sorry to butt in.
Yeah.
Do you know Battlefront has about 13 million people play that every day? Because do you know why? It's because it's Star Wars. It
Yeah.
just tells you how big a franchise Star Wars is these days. It's amazing, isn't it?
Well, yeah, the fact of the Rogue One DLC and not being funny, it's dirt cheap now. Like
Yeah, it is cheap.
you can
Yeah,
pick
yeah.
it up well cheap. That's probably why they're like got the season pass. It's like, oh, we're selling our game really cheap. It's like, don't worry, we'll get in with the season pass.
Yeah, possible. Yeah, not a 50% off, but still the same price.
That must have been a mistake. That has to be a mistake.
I did tweet it out there, but I never got any response from anyone at Sony. But then they don't respond to anyone anyway. Sony don't.
My fucking employer don't even respond to me, mate. So good luck with that.
Yeah, it's a bit like my job.
Right, last couple of questions then, and then we will end. Full Hall, what virtual games would you buy if they came to the Switch? Have we already done that?
Resident Evil.
What's virtual games?
VR games, I think.
Yeah, because they have patented it, haven't they, to the Switch? Haven't they? They've patented something that can be used.
Oh, is that virtual Nintendo? The old games? Oh, I don't know. What's it called on the Wii U? It's called virtual something.
Virtual Store.
I don't know. I don't know what he means.
Right. I do know that Nintendo have actually patented something that is basically, the new Switch is the tablet. You can actually put it into this plastic thing and you put it on your head.
Weird.
It gets better and better, mate.
Yeah, it's great. It's got 2 straps, a bit of sellotape, you stick around the back of your ears. It pulls your ears forward. So that's your Dolby surround sound. So, but I must admit though, think about it though. Think of a Nintendo game you would play in VR. I mean, Mario. If you're playing Mario in VR, that'd screw your mind, wouldn't it?
Yeah, if it was like Galaxy, where you upside down and all around, that'd be nuts.
God, yeah, that should destroy
I'd love
you,
to play something like a Metroid in VR or something. That'd be
yeah,
pretty cool.
yeah, Metroid would be pretty cool.
But then again, let's all admit, Nintendo, why have you abandoned Metroid and why have you abandoned F-Zero? These are 2 of your really good franchises that I want to play more of, and you just don't ever give them to us.
I don't know, because they're lazy people.
There'll be a Metroid at some point on.
I'm hoping that there's going to be a new F-Zero and a Metroid. I mean, not being funny, all they have to do when they show off this Switch is possibly tease either a Metroid or a new F-Zero, and we'll all turn into like frothing.
They could just do like HD remasters, and I'd be all over it.
Did you ever play the one on the on the GameCube where it was like 32 cars on the track or something? It was ridiculous. Like the F-Zero.
If you want a game on the Wii U that's very similar to F-Zero, it's called Fast Racing Neo.
Yes,
I've got that. Yeah, the only problem with that game though is my eyes can't keep up with it anymore because it's too bloody fast for me.
Oh, I'm an old man. Oh.
Yeah, I'm an old man. Your eyes can't handle it. But no, that's like Wipeout, but on acid. It's fast. I mean, I played it and I tried to get. I was playing it on easy, and I was still like 6th place. It was like flipping out. You can't make one mistake. You know, that's how. You know, well, it's just a mission. But there we go.
Anyway, guys, we're going to have to end it here. We've gone on for much longer than I thought, almost 2 hours. So I wanted to do
That's
an
good.
hour show, and I'm meant to
Well,
be joining the community on Elite Dangerous for a tutorial session on how to play it.
Ooh.
They haven't
Yeah.
had a show for a couple of weeks, so it's made up for it.
No. I just want to put it out there. I'm playing PC games a lot more these days now. Obviously, I'm still an Xbox guy at heart, but add me on Steam, Webby317, and I will play some games with you.
Get on Discord.
Get on the Discord, yes, because it's proving more and more popular now, and it's a great way to talk. If you're playing on PlayStation, Xbox, or PC, it's all like in one place. You can even download the app onto your phone. It's like a chat room, but you can do voice chat as well. So it's a good way for us all to keep in touch. So
It does seem to be getting more and more popular, actually, amongst like the gaming community in general.
Yeah.
Just because of its ease of use and stuff.
I need to download it. I did sign up, but I forgot to download it. I'm doing a peeps here with technology.
Oh dear. You need to get on it.
Yeah, I will do. I've just got onto Instagram finally after all these years.
Oh,
I know.
no.
7 years too late, mate.
Yeah, I know.
Are you going to open up your own MySpace page?
No, I've got on Tinder.
Oh
no.
my God. Oh dear. Yeah, so yeah, thank you very much, guys. So as always, that's the end of the show. So from me, Mark Webb, Gamertag, PSN ID, and Steam ID, Webby317.
And from me, Sensei Steelbook.
I love the steelbooks. I'm gonna make sure that the next time that Switch comes around my house, I chuck a load of them, or he sleeps and I put them all next to the side of his bed. It's #1 Stuntmaster.
And yes, ta-ra from me. Only one Skingle.
So thank you very much. Don't forget to visit the website mojo-interactive.net. Find us on Twitter at mojo_int. You can find us facebook.com/groups/Mojo Interactive. Join us on Discord. I put a link on the Facebook page and on Twitter. And that's it. So thank you very much. We'll see you next week for the Game of the Year special. Goodbye.
That's going to be about 4 hours, isn't it?
That's going to be a long show.
More than that.
I think we're going to have to start
5 or
it
10?
at like
9 a.m.
5 in the afternoon.
What are you doing? Top 5 or top 10?
Top 5, mate.
Right, yeah.
I was going to say, right.
I'm going to
Yeah.
struggle with 5, let alone 10.
Nah, well, top 5, because I was actually going through the games that I've played that have come out this year, and I haven't actually played that many compared to normal. I think I've only played about 10.
I mean, the thing, I've got some games that would be perfect top 5 material. It's just the fact I just haven't put enough hours into them to really
Yeah.
be able to put them into that thing.
See, I've not
Or
played Dishonored 2, I've not played Deus Ex, I've not played Mafia, and those are big games that came out this year. And I just...
Oh, Mafia isn't top 5,
Mafia,
mate.
no, Mafia.
No, but it's still, it's still a game that came out this year. So
Yeah.
I love 2 as well.
Yeah, same.
so
Another
That was a
year of disappointment this year.
playing too much fucking Final Fantasy 14, mate.
never enough.
Leon's playing the Hildebrand quest at the moment.
Oh, good girl.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to do a dungeon with her to face Gilgamesh in a minute. So
That's all right. You can get her the little Ultros minion and the Enkidu chicken that I still don't have.
oh, I've got the chicken. Lols.
Yeah, I haven't.
Yeah, so if you guys are around for the Game of the Year show next week, that'd be awesome. I think there's going to be quite a lot of people on. We might even have to
Nice.
split it into 2 shows.
I think you might be. Well, I don't know. You've done that before. The problem is you
I
don't
always
know.
like it when everyone's here to slag each other's choices off.
Yeah, it's more fun. And then I was thinking of doing, like different categories, but then I thought, nah, fuck that. Let's just do top 5
That gets
games.
too complicated, mate.
I think you should do top 5, but you go around. Everyone's number 5, and then you do everyone's number 4 instead of us just running them off.
Yeah.
What if you haven't actually got any numbers in particular, and you've just got 5 games?
No, you've got to have an order.
You got to have an
Oh,
order.
I can't have an order,
That's the
mate.
rule.
I have not got a number 1, mate.
Just do it alphabetically then.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. But no, that'd be a good idea. Do number 5, and then all of us 5. Because otherwise, you just go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it just, you slag it off. And then by the time you get to the, I don't know, I just think it'd be better. But
Yeah, when you get to the last person, they've already, every game's already been talked about, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Especially when there's a lot of people. Like I think last year there was a lot of us on, and it was like, oh, and the next person, and we're like, oh yeah.
Well, no, you could end up doing it along the lines of, like, similar to here, what we've had it, where basically someone will be like, right, bring up their number 5. Anyone else got this in their list?
Yeah,
and where
so
is
that's
it?
my number 3.
Yeah, like, oh, that's my number 2, and blah blah blah. So
Yeah.
just say it's like you say, so because there'll be certain games where like everyone's going to probably have them in their list, or at least like 70%.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably a good idea, actually, mate. And it'll make the show a bit quicker as well.
Snappy, yeah, that's what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, I need to. Well, the dude who on the Facebook group said he was playing Elite Dangerous doesn't seem to actually be online on Elite Dangerous. Don't see anyone actually playing
What
it.
time did you say you were going to be on though?
Well, he said 9:30.
Well, you've gone a bit late again.
5
but-
to bloody 10,
Yeah, but
mate.
I've not seen. Yeah, but I've been keeping an eye on my friends list, and
It's because no one actually wants to play Elite Dangerous.
I want to give it a go.
I've got to shoot.
Anyway,
Anyway.
I need to go. So thank you very
Yep.
much, everybody, and we'll see you
Yeah.
later.
Yep.
Ciao.
Bye.
Cheers,
See you
Skeegle.
later.
Twitch,
Bye,
Twitch
bye,
people.
bye,
Bye, bye, bye, bye, bye, bye.
bye, bye, bye.